Welcome everyone to a night out on the DL session 36. It's been a long time. It's been 2 weeks. We'll go ahead and get started. Ulrich, you are the magic number 5. If you could give us a recap, that would be excellent.
When we last left our adventurers, we had finished up the fight with the magical archer lady that had happened before. And so we, all as a group, decided that we were going to head back to Red Larch now that all the familial problems had been settled for the short term. So we decided we're going to go to Red Larch. There's a lot of discussion on how we were going to get to Red Larch. We decided to just take the road. So we traveled by road to Red Larch through the Barge Right Inn. We stopped at the Barge Right Inn, found out it's not going so well because their innkeeper happened to die due to mysterious causes.
No one knows really.
And the perpetrators were caught and brought to justice. And then after that, we finished up in Red Larch, and there was a interesting bit of magic item usage by the BigYin, who put an earring on without knowing what it did, can't take it off, and now he is linked with Garfield. And there was other interesting information given by Garfield that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oof.
But there was definitely exposition regarding magic. And we are
Well,
now
you
in
weren't
the
there,
swinging.
right? Your
Right,
character
yeah.
wasn't there, right? For what it's worth. So
We're now in the swinging sword. And we are about to begin again in earnest our look into the cults in Red Larch and how it portrays to going to the. It's all coming back to me as I'm talking. It's all coming
love it.
back to me.
Love to hear it. Love to
Yeah.
hear it.
The Earth cultists. We're gonna see if there is anything strange with Red Larch due to the Earth cultists, because we did kill a few of them. They had their special meeting. Our plan is to get information about what's happening in Red Larch now to see if they are aware of us looking for them, and then see if we can get back to the Earth cultist headquarters and maybe finish off that whole loose end. And there's infighting, a little bit of infighting, because we didn't want to talk to BigYin or in front of BigYin because there's a magical being who can listen in on us.
Or so
He's
you thought.
assured us. It would never happen, so don't even worry about it.
And you
So
guys did inside check this, and
What?
it seems to be true.
this does seem to be true.
More like I
Um,
failed the insight checks.
You rolled pretty
Well-
high each time, my dude. That's all I'm trying to say. You rolled like 16 plus, I think, on all of them.
Why would he lie to us?
Exactly. What was
He
the
seems
gain?
like someone on the up and up. So yeah, and that brings us to where we're at now.
Yes. So before we get to you guys, Cromwell, you have woken up, and you are heading out from the location you were staying in. Do you remember where that was by chance?
I'm pretty sure I was at Garfield's place.
Correct. Yeah. So you exit out of the second room, and you walk out. The sun is just coming up. And Garfield's like, "Oh, Cromwell, my boy. Oh, you're gonna want to head to the Swinging Sword. I think it's time for you to meet up with your friends. And please stop by Balivos before you leave town. I've prepared some nice goodies for you. Ooh-wee."
Sounds good. Thanks for all your training, Garfield.
Yes, yes. Off on the way, as they say. So yeah, so you head out. Sun's just coming up, and as you're heading out from Garfield's place, you hear three sets of horse hooves just clump, 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 clump. They don't seem to be trying to stay quiet necessarily. They're just kind of heading into town, and as you kind of walk out, are you heading to the left or are you heading up to the right when you leave from Garfield's place?
I think I'd be heading to the left.
Cool. Yeah, so you just kind of hear these hoofbeats coming from the Cairn Road behind you at this point. And as you get to here, you see the horses turn and head towards the swinging sword.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's what happens. You make your way to the swinging sword. At this time, everybody else is getting up. You guys have had your long rest, all that jazz. BigYin, have you told anybody what your staff is able to do yet?
No, I haven't told anyone yet.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let you to do that as you would desire. And yeah, so as you guys are kind of coming down the stairs, you guys see Cromwell sitting at the bar waiting for you guys, and you guys see 3 additional men, 2 humans and 1 dwarf sitting by the bar.
There's a lot of things going through Ulrich's mind right now.
I'd like to be drinking a beer at the bar.
Okay, excellent. 6 a.m. pint. I like it. That'll be a silver.
Okay.
I guess Ulrich will go down.
Okay.
And sit next to Cromwell.
Okay. So you guys are sitting, I would say, on opposite sides of the bar from the 2 humans and a dwarf, just for reference. And then Cromwell is just sitting on the opposite side because Cromwell is edgy like that.
So it's obvious that Cromwell is not with the newcomers, right?
Yes, that's what I would say. Just because Cromwell doesn't sit with other people unless he knows them, if I understand
Right.
Cromwell's character.
Yeah, because I don't trust anybody.
Exactly. Yeah. So he'd be sitting on the opposite side if possible. But close enough to get his 6 a.m. beer.
Yeah, so Ulrich's gonna be like, well, you're not dead.
I would also say, based on what happened in my side stories, that my initial reaction to Ulrich is I punch him in the face,
Okay.
just out of fear.
As soon as Ulrich sits down, sock to the face.
He's got to do it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do an
right?
attack roll for me. Yeah, just roll a d20 plus proficiency. Or
Okay.
I'm not gonna. You're not proficient in unarmed attacks. I would say so. It's d20 plus your strength. Okay, that's a miss. So you go for the swing, but like your beer is in your right hand, so you try to swing with your left hand because you don't want to spill the beer, and it just causes you to just like completely whiff as you go over his head.
Ulrich's like a master of defending too.
Yeah, exactly. So like Ulrich is just like watching the hand, like knowing it's not going to hit him. He doesn't need to move. He just kind of watches it, and I don't know. You do your reaction accordingly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's relax, buddy. Why are you swinging at me?
Sorry, I didn't
If
realize
anything,
who you were.
I should be the one swinging at you.
I just
You're
I saw
pulling that
your
crap on me.
beard and hair and decided to swing.
What does that even mean? Come on now.
Boy, we've got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, we do. Last I heard, you disappeared and left me a letter.
Yeah, so I disappeared, and I was called by Clyde and Sylas to work with Bane, or sorry, I was called by Bane to work with Clyde and Sylas.
So
on
just 1 second to time out. You're telling him who you're serving?
It's left that in the note already.
Oh, okay, got it. Continue.
Yeah,
Sorry, continue.
yeah, I think he already. I think Ulrich already knows. And by the way, I'm like whispering all this since
Yeah,
we're away
yeah,
from
yeah,
anyone, so it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
to Ulrich.
Yep, you're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's that you guys are just right next to each other and you guys are having very hushed conversation. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm so I'm saying like, oh yeah, Bane called me, and I had to do a mission with Clyde and Sylas to essentially dig deeper into what happened at Mirror. And if you can remember my history with getting betrayed, or my whole platoon getting destroyed without me knowing why, and I have actually found out that Clyde had a similar history, but with his brother, and apparently, and I only tell you this because I trust you as a captain and friend, but there is something very suspicious going on within the Mirabar army, and I think it has to do with, let's call it racial implications between the dwarves and non-dwarves.
All right. Well, all right. That's a lot to throw at me.
So at this point, BigYin starts walking down after kind of Cromwell dumps all this info into Ulrich's lap.
Yeah, Ulrich's just
in
gonna
a
be like,
hushed whisper.
yeah, you got to come up with some reason why you're back, because I'm pretty sure you're dead. I didn't tell no one about what happened.
Yeah, and yeah, so you guys just see the rest of the group kind of come down. Lando, hung over from last night, crawling out from underneath barrels that you guys find at the back of the bar. You just see him kind of going, as he's kind of crawling out from behind the barrels, and Cleese is like, "Oh, why are you back there?" Speaking to Lando.
It's just I'm right at home when I'm right next to a barrel. Am I right?
Where are your
like
clothes? Did you lose your clothes?
Ask the bartender for a beer.
That'll be a silver. Where did you lose your clothes? Did you like lose them in a bet?
This is just my outfit.
Oh,
wolf under flare and a chain.
They make red wolves.
Plus 49.
Yes, I've noticed the food sticking out of your body.
Yeah. They're actually Twinkies.
Yes, Twinkies. I forgot. That's what we call rations in this world.
No, I have 49 of them.
So you won't be needing food then, correct?
Well, I mean, I buy food.
That'll be another silver. It's 2 silver.
You only eat so many Twinkies.
Sure. At this point, BigYin and Elwarin are walking down the stairs, and they just see like Lando on the ground, kind of like crawling away from this barrel, and like Lisa's like she's got a ladle out and she's like talking to him, and you guys just see Cromwell and Ulrich kind of like hushed tones, kind of hunched over, talking to each other. It's more of like Cromwell's hunched and Ulrich is just like leaning into it because just the height disparity.
I'll look over at Elwarin. I'll be like, "The scary one's back. Should we be concerned? I thought he was dead."
Yeah, I'm not even surprised anymore. Let's just get some breakfast and see what's going on.
Aye, that's a fair point. And at this point, we've seen so much, I'm not sure I could be surprised by anything else. Aside from him getting up and stabbing someone right in front of everyone else, that would be different. Or maybe expected.
Yeah, so as the rest of you guys kind of approach the bar and Lando's still having this conversation with Kalisa, you guys see the dwarf and the 2 humans walk over to Lando, and the dwarf kind of puts his arm out, and he's like, "Need some help there, buddy?"
No.
Okay, well, I have something for you from the snail. He hands you
Oh.
a letter.
Okay. That's good to know.
He's like, well, if you need anything, we'll be in town for a few more days. He kind of salutes and he walks away. And the 3 of them walk out the bar.
Am I able to read this?
That was odd.
Do you want to?
I love that fucking reaction. He's like so drunk, doesn't even question who the fuck they are.
BigYin walks over to Lando and looks over his shoulder and says, "Hi, laddie. Did you help reading that? Did you join the writing?"
No, he can read. He just hasn't written anything back as the snail has given him. This is the 2nd letter now that he just hasn't responded to.
No. I figure it's more just like kind of being a cheeky, cheery chat.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just letting
Giving him
Lando
shit.
know, like giving him some context as to what the fuck's happening.
I should probably be responding to these letters.
Just, some kind of response so the dude knows you're alive and you're getting his shit.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming I can talk to the bartender and get something. Yeah.
So do you read the letter at the table, or like do you wait to go back to your room before you read this? What's your game plan?
I mean, if I read it at the table, nobody else reads it, right?
If you don't want them to, yeah, unless everybody else is trying to like peer over your shoulder or some shit.
No, brother.
For clarity, are we at the bar?
Yeah, all four of you are at the bar, and Lando is like in the back with Kalisa. Like you guys have just heard the noise. You guys haven't actually seen and like you guys can see his body now that you guys kind of turn to look. He's just like full on like bear crawling out from like under these like barrels, and like Kalisa just has the ladle out. So like, what the fuck is happening?
No, Rick's gonna turn to Cromwell too and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to get on Lando's good side, toss him a ration. Man's gone crazy for
Okay.
him." Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what a ration is, but that's chill.
Right.
I only know Twinkies.
He calls his
Which-
rations Twinkies. Yes.
No one knows what a Twinkie is. Yeah.
It's a newfangled word he came up with.
Like I said, he's gone crazy
All right,
for him.
well, I'll read the letter, but I'll just read it in the back.
Okay. Cleese is like, oh, I see you have I'll leave you be, but when you're done reading that, do you mind like getting back out to the front? It's kind of weird to have people back here without permission.
You know, I might be able to make that work.
Oh. Okay, how about this? I'll come back and like she kind of looks at you. She's like, 5 minutes seems reasonable for you, and if you're not gone, I will just help you get out.
Cool.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, so she walks out. I'll send you a Discord message on what the letter says, and everybody else can keep going.
Cool.
I would like to take out my bag of holding
Mhm.
and pull out the dwarf axe that I got from my adventures and hand it over to Ulrich.
Little dwarven thrower.
Oh, little dwarven thrower.
This is why
that
I
got
kept
from
notes
my
of this, because I
adventures.
knew you were gonna fuck it up somehow. So little dwarven thrower is the dwarven throw, but instead of a +3/+3, it's a +1/+1. Everything else is the same
Okay.
about it.
All right.
Because
What
giving you a
are-
+3/+3 at this point would have been bonkers. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Ulrich's like, what in the goddamn? What is this? I mean, and he like will like take it and then like hold like your hand like while you're handing it. Did you kill someone for this?
You can call it someone. I would rather call it something.
Well, I don't like
Big,
that language
fat
considering
bird with
you're
wings
all
and
right.
very intimidating.
You just talked about like racial tensions before, and so I was like, oh boy, he's a racist. So all right, that's good. A bird thing. All right. Ooh, I thought we were gonna get something real weird. Well, thank you. This is a gift. What is this? What's going on?
It is a gift.
Okay,
and
all right. I didn't
it's a
want to just
gift
take it.
in hopes that you are not in with the racist dwarves of Mirabar, or the higher powers that we do not know about.
Oof. No, I'm not one of them. That's for sure. Do you think I'd be out here if I was a racist?
There's got to be some other reason you left the Mirabar army.
Exactly. Think about it. If I was racist, I'd still be with all them dwarves. Hmm? Make sense?
I'm like, that makes sense under my mask.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to have some words about all this. But like out of character. Like it's only been like 3 days, 4 days?
It
Right.
has been 10 days
Oh,
almost.
maybe. Okay, 10 days. So it's been a
Almost.
while.
Yeah.
Still.
I think it's like close to like 7
Yeah.
or 8, but it's close.
Oh, what the fuck?
As he finally remembers what happened in the last note that he got.
Do we hear that?
I think yes. I think just based off how
Maybe.
Lando is as a person, he's just a loud man, right? And like I think you would have heard that, but you wouldn't be able to like read the note. You just hear his reaction, and then Cletus is like, "What?
Right.
Did you hurt your brain there, son? You good?
I'm alright.
Okay."
Everything all right back there?
I need to go find the 3 who just gave me this. Shit. Where'd they go?
I think they went across the way. I saw them headed over to the helm at the High Sun.
Cool. cool. I'm gonna just, in a huff and puff, I'm gonna just run out of the fucking building. I'm not gonna say hi to any of the people in my group. I'm just gonna fucking tail it out of the building.
Do you want someone to go
What?
with you, laddie? As he runs
Already
out.
gone.
He's just fucking booking it. This is
I'm
like
at the fucking door.
and you
I
guys-
know I've got short legs.
You
but I'm
guys-
doing my best.
for the first time ever, you guys see some of the Twinkies slowly start to move in his fat rolls because of the velocity, just the pure acceleration of Lando.
It
Fastest
looks like
we've ever
he's
seen.
actually stretching before our eyes.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
That's
Like
how fast he's moving.
Like think like the Flash when he's like going into like the Speed Force thing. It looks like that, but he's not going that fast. It's just a little bit faster than normal. Yeah, so you make it there across the way. We'll get to you in just a second. I'll let them finish, and then we'll get to you. Then you guys will congregate again. So we'll do the big four first, and then we'll switch to head back over to Lando. Cool. All right. Yeah. So the four of you guys are together. You guys have each paid 2 silver for food and drink.
I'll cover everyone. Why not?
Okay. So that's going to be 8 silver.
I'll put-
You
give
if
him
you
a
want to
gold.
cover Lando too, you can just put a gold out, and then everyone else can.
Go down.
Lando, you can get your 2 silver back, and Cromwell, you can take your 1 silver back.
No,
I'll go-
I'll pay for myself.
All right. There's an
Either
extra
way,
silver.
I
She's
give him a gold.
yeah, and then she just like, do you want the silver?
Nah.
Oh, thank you. And then you guys hear the little boy from the back. Isn't he generous? Anyways.
I'll look over at Cromwell and sorry.
Yeah, it's like, Cromwell's back.
Hey, where do you
He
been,
found
laddie?
this little axe. It was
I'm-
a good question.
I'm gonna put a finger up, like pausing you there, and then I'm gonna pull out the potion that I got, and I forget what kind of potion it was, but I did have Garfield do an Arcana check on it.
Yeah, so Garfield worked on this potion. He handed it back to you last night. And he lets you know that he wasn't able to make it the best of the best, but it's like as close as you could get to being like a perfect potion for this thing, based off how crude it was when you first gave it to him. It is a blood of the lycanthrope greater antidote. This will remove the curse of lycanthropy of anybody who's been turned into lycanthrope if it's been miserable for the first full moon. However, if it's after that, go for it. If it's after that, only those that haven't been bit by a loup garou are able to be cured after the first full moon. To cure the ones afflicted by loup garou lycanthropy, you must kill the loup garou, and then you can administer this potion.
Cool. So I will take the potion and hand it to. Who should I hand it to? BigYin? Sure, I'll hand it to BigYin and say, "Here you go." Before he even says anything to me,
Do you tell him what it is, or you just hand him a potion?
I just hand him a potion.
Got it. So BigYin, you have no idea what this potion is. You are more than welcome to do an Arcana check to get the information I just said it was. You can do a medicine check, also might be useful, or you can go talk to someone like Garfield or somebody else who knows magic to find out what this potion does. It's a DC of 15 to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then you have
And out of character, I also have that armor breastplate. But is that for Elwarin? Is that for?
could be. It's a 15 AC with, or let me check that. I think it's 15 AC plus 2 Dex max. Let me check.
Okay, so I'll take out the armor breastplate and also hand it over to Elwarin.
Yeah, let me double check it real quick before you hand it over, just so I can make sure. I think that's what it is. Breastplate. Sorry, AC of 14, and you should be able to add plus 2 Dex to it.
Okay.
So you can get a max of 16 from it, from my understanding. Breastplate, yes. So 14 plus your Dex modifier, max of 2, and you do not have disadvantage on stealth checks with it on. So this
Cool,
is
sounds good.
Yep. So you hand it over to him. It is a mariner's armor, which means you can find that out in a second. But it's a breastplate, so you can just put. Let me see if you can just type in mariner's breastplate. Probably not. Nope. All right. So just type in breastplate, and then I'll give you everything else, and just drag it onto your character sheet. Elwarin.
Yep. Well, thanks. This is
You
getting
you been talking to
stranger.
that Garfield fella?
I have been. He
God
is
damn it!
I would even call him my mentor.
Oh no! Oh man!
I'd actually like to make a medicine check on this potion
Yep.
before I try and do anything else with it.
Yep. DC 15. Yeah. So exactly what I told you. It's the blood of the lycanthrope greater antidote. From what you understand, is you can't cure Mr. Leader with it because it's been past the first full moon and he was bitten by a Lucaroo. But for anybody else that's been bit by any other werewolf, not a Lucaroo, this would work on curing them. And I don't know,
I'd
Cromwell,
better pocket this then.
Cromwell, do you tell what?
I'd better pocket this then. Put
Got
it
it.
away.
Cromwell, do you tell him what you found originally and what somebody did for it, or do you just can the potion and say nothing else?
I think I'll say nothing else because
Okay.
most likely I don't think me as a character would really
That's
care
fine.
about the history
Yeah.
and what else happened.
Totally fine. I just wanted to
Right,
make sure.
where'd you get it, laddie? Answers. And where were you, and why could you not have helped?
I got it. Fighting a dragon.
Don't give me that shite.
I really did get it fighting a dragon.
Insight check.
Sure.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's still reasonable, right? You see a guy gets teleported and then comes back and is like, "Oh yeah, I fought a fucking dragon." You're like, "No, you fucking didn't, asshole."
The entire
Get
time
outta
thinking
here.
bullshit.
Yeah, it seems correct to you. Maybe he's leaving out some details, but it seems correct thus far.
BigYin's eyebrows just kind of like go up like higher than they've ever been. They look like they're gonna crawl up into his scalp, into his hairline.
Yeah.
And
So
he looks at the potion again, looks at him, looks at the potion, and says, "A dragon, you say?"
yeah.
Puts
So
the potion away.
yeah. So Lando, as you're walking into the helm of the High Sun, your insight check lets you know that you've been kind of a dick.
By running away?
No, just like not responding to the snail, like you feel kind of bad after thinking, like having a second to think about, like, this is the second letter from this dude. You didn't respond to the first one. He's like very concerned about like what's going on with Mr. Leader, and like
Let's see if I feel bad about that.
you do. You definitely no. Wait, no, you definitely feel bad about that. Your wisdom tells you that was like kind of messed up. Yeah,
Right.
then after a second it passes, then you're like, oh no, this is just how it is.
Yeah. I'm done again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in here, looking for the homies.
Yeah, you see them immediately just standing by the bar.
Cool. I'm gonna go, and I'll just be like, "Hey, you have something for me. Is that correct?"
Ah, yes, I have this script, and he kind of hands you this little note. It says voucher from the voucher for Lando can be used for at one time used for up to 1,000 gold. And then on the bottom it says for use at Valavo's shop.
Cool. So we have. Okay. Was there anything else?
Not at the moment. Did you read the letter?
Yes, I did. I do have a response for you. But this is just I'm gonna have to table talk this one real quick because I don't remember where he was, but I do remember what happened to him.
He was
Mr.
at
Leader?
my village.
Nope.
He's where?
He was at my family village. You know, made sure the two kids got born perfectly, and then he went off to go fight the Loop Guru. Basically, helped fight off most of the werewolves, saved my cousin, got bit by the Loop Guru, and is now living with the highly intelligent magical wolves that are guarding my place of magical power. Kind of coming to grips with his
Where is
overly active lycanthropy.
It's in the High Forest.
Okay, so yeah, cool. Then I'm just gonna tell these homies that he is. I'll relay that information back to him that he went fighting and got bit by a Loot-Guru.
Loop Guru, yes.
And it is now, slowly turning into one, along with a number of other intelligent, werewolves in the high forest.
Okay, I love that this is how he remembers things. I think this is perfect. Continue.
Basically,
Yeah.
He's no longer really Mr. Leader anymore.
This dwarf has been kind of writing notes from what you've been saying.
Okay.
He's like, is there anything else you'd like to say to the one and only?
And that I'm still alive.
Got it. Makes a note of that. He's like, anything else you'd like me to relay? Or is that it?
I did get your note from Nalasker, but he's also dead, too.
Yes, Yes, Nalasker is dead. It's a tragic loss.
Sorry to...
It's okay. You didn't know him that well. He was a close friend of mine.
Bad news for you to bring that information.
It's not new news. It's old. Quite old.
Oh, new news.
Yeah. Excellent. I will get this back to you know who, and I will contact you in the next couple days if there's anything else you need to know.
Oh, actually, let me ask these guys. Do you think you guys are up for a bit of a row?
In what sense? It is
Well,
6:30 in the morning.
We got some homies we gotta go fucking kill. Like, you want to come kill them with us? Like, these are bad dudes. These dudes may actually have had something to do with Nalasker's death.
As you say that, he looks at you and he says, "Laddie, the man responsible for Nalasker's death has been brought to justice. Perhaps he was, perhaps he wasn't. However, I have a job, and now you have a job. I must complete my job."
This guy's real sus. That whole sentence there made me very suspect of this human.
This is a dwarf talking to you. I love how anyways, this is perfect. This is just so on par. Like, Lando has been talking to the human male standing next to this dwarf, but the dwarf's been speaking the entire time. Lando's just like so out of it still this morning. Yeah.
Do I recognize that he's actually a dwarf?
No, you don't. You don't even recognize where the sound is coming from.
I'm just talking to a fucking wall.
No. You're staring at the human dude that you just like. I don't trust you, as you're like kind of poking into him, and the human dude's just like haven't said a word this entire time. But yeah, the dwarf just continues to talk. And he's like, "Listen, I work for the one that we both work for. I have a job. If I can complete this job, I would be more than happy to fight. However, I have a certain job."
The job.
We don't talk. He told me you were kind of dumb, but like, I cannot tell you what my job is.
And then no. Before you say that, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna look at the dwarf, and I'm just gonna look right at him and just be like, "But he didn't tell you how dumb."
The three of them leave. The three, no. Before you can even do anything, the three of them leave.
I did it first. I walked away.
All right, you walk away back to the swinging sword, and this is the point where BigYin is starting to ask him, and like you hear that he fought a dragon. That's when you walk in back.
I'm just gonna go right back to the bartender and ask him for another beer.
Okay, cool. So I will roleplay Cromwell for a little bit while he's out. So you asked about a dragon. He says, "Yeah, I fought a dragon. What did you guys do?"
Well, not quite a dragon. We killed a fair bit of orcs, a few trolls.
Did you just say you fought a dragon?
Not quite a dragon.
Got it. Not quite a dragon.
Several trolls, an 18, a whole army of orcs. Oh, and there was a few wee magical people, as well as a. Yeah, aye. There's that wee elf girl with the bow that was a bit dangerous, firing magic arrows that shot round corners.
She was an asshole.
She was a wee bit of a bitch, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You're not there, Lando.
No, he's back now. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah, he like I said, he walks in as Cromwell's like, yeah, we fought a dragon, and BigYin's like, no, you fucking liar, and like then he gets a potion, and that's when Lando finally gets back to you guys, and then Lando's just just from the like right next to Cromwell as like BigYin's talking to him from the right side. Lando's approached from the left side. He's just like adding his little snips. Yeah, she's a bitch. Yeah, she fucking sucked. Just kind of piping in between drinks.
I've said all I've had to say, so.
He's like,
I mean, we ran into some werewolves. That's
oh, maybe that their potion would be useful then, huh?
Oh, probably too late for them.
It
seemed a little old.
He kind of just nods his head.
I guess we should get going.
Okay, he's back. I'll let him roleplay the rest of it. So you told them that you fought a dragon, and then they told you that they fought a bunch of orcs, trolls, giants, a magic person, and a person with a bow. That's what you missed. Cromwell. And now they've asked you, like they want to know anything else you have to say.
Can we hear more about that? Can we hear more about the dragon?
What would you like to know about the dragon?
How did you come across the dragon?
Shit, man. Fuck if I know. I was traveling with Clyde and Sylas. I was told to go off in the marshlands, and this was, I guess, their way of also training me. But Clyde and Sylas were with me the whole time. They had me control 2 giant skeletons while fighting off trolls and oh geez, what are the magic little annoying things called? Sprites?
Flaming skulls. Oh no, they were the squirts, something like that. I'll pull over. Give me a second. I will find them.
Yeah, skulls and whatnot. And we were Sylas and Clyde heard a rumor about a young black dragon that lived within this area that would have information for us on what may have potentially happened in Mirabar. And
so I would say none of them know about this Mirabar thing, right? So that might be kind of confusing for them.
Fuck it, I'll tell them anyway about what happened in Mirabar, and then they can just try to figure out what happened in Mirabar.
Sure.
And we ended up finding the young black dragon. Some creepy shit went down. The dragon got controlled by some evil mastermind. And we ended up killing the dragon. We tried to befriend the dragon, but the dragon would not betray its master. And so we ended it. Sylas made it tell us the truth by bringing it back to life after it died. And yeah, using the powers of Bane, this is how I got back here.
So
I'm curious about that evil mastermind you're talking about.
So one thing, this would be the first time the two of you have heard the name Bane. If you'd like to, you can do a religion check, or you can just kind of chill with that.
Religion check. I'll do one.
Okay, DC 15, because this is not something you would have heard of too frequently.
No, of course.
Either of you, because you guys have been out in the wilderness.
Oh,
close.
And by the way, DM, at this point, I'm trying to be like less secretive about who Bane is and kind of what I'm trying to do, just because I guess after everything that happened, I'm in this mindset of not necessarily desperation, but knowing that I'll need the help of the group to move forward.
Cool. So BigYin, with your 16, you realize that Cromwell's deity that he serves is not a good god, if that makes sense. It is a chaotic / lawful evil god. And you understand that this is a god who is about war and vengeance. That's his main tenets.
You said chaotic / lawful evil.
Mm-hmm.
How can you be chaotic and lawful?
Yeah, so it depends on his form. In olden days past, he was a lot more chaotic. But as of recent, due to some shifts in the different planes of the gods that live there, he has turned to more of a lawful evil.
Gotcha.
But at
Okay.
one point in time, he was, as a younger god, we'll put it like that. When he was a younger god, he was more chaotic.
And he's all about war and like vengeance.
Yeah, war and vengeance are his two tenets that he's known for.
I kind of, as he kind of repeats Bane for like the name Bane for the third or fourth time. Bane. I kind of hold up a finger. I was like, wait a minute, Bane. You mean that that rather nasty? I hear he's a rather nasty fellow.
Oh, sorry. One more thing.
Oh.
Tabby 16. You know he's one of the strongest lawful evil gods on this plane of existence, like in this sphere of the world. Sorry, continue. Just wanted to give you
He's not a nice fellow, from what I've heard. I mean, granted, he's one of the strongest, but well, I guess
I mean,
as lawful as an evil
nice is
person can
relative.
get. I mean, that man's all about warfare and killing and vengeance. And I mean, things I can understand, but not exactly a pleasant fellow to be around.
Again, I think it's all about perspective. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I think depending on one's past, there is no reason to think he's, chaotic. I think is the word that I would use to describe chaotic evil.
So you're saying it's all about looking at things from a certain point of view.
Sure.
Ulrich is looking a little nervous. Just in general, looking at the other group members, they don't seem to be reacting too negatively.
And
So,
admittedly, let me just clarify. BigYin is talking very, very calmly about this, but like in his head, he's just like, I knew there was something about this one I didn't like. I didn't know if I can trust him. Like BigYin is literally like in his head having a conniption about what Cromwell just revealed.
Let's
What?
just say BigYin that there's forces at play way bigger than you or I that are happening here, and whether it's me serving Bane or serving Zeus, it would not matter.
Oh, that would explain it. It was God, what was his name? I forgot that character's name.
Which character?
He was there during the Sylas and
Clyde.
Clyde.
Yeah, that whole situation.
Oh, I mean, I guess the whole thing. I follow Pan. Pan's a wee bit chaotic and admittedly on the cheeky side and can be scary when he chooses to be. I mean, if you feel as if it's the path you want to take and that you feel in charge of your own path, I reckon that's fine. Who am I to judge who you choose to worship? I mean, shite. I follow Pan, and hardly anyone follows Pan anymore. There are those who say the great god Pan is dead. Personally, I don't believe that. I've had quite a few conversations with him. He's quite clever. But, I appreciate you telling us this.
So-
Well, we all make interesting decisions in the time of war.
Yeah, and before we
yeah.
get into the topic of gods too much, I want to hear a bit more about that magic fellow that was controlling the dragon that you were fighting. The evil mastermind, how you called him.
So out of character,
Mhm.
DM,
Mhm,
I think just because I don't have any of my notes,
mhm.
I will decide in character to kind of explain in more specifics to the group of what happened, as well
Okay.
as kind of who I'm looking for and what happened with the training with the necromancer back in the cave.
Mhm.
And training with Garfield and kind of what I learned and what happened.
Cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and explain that. So what Cromwell describes to you was a flash of red light that kind of came from the heavens into this young black dragon's body, and from there it sounded like a completely different person. It was definitely a stronger being of some sort that was controlling him for this portion of the conversation. He explains to you, after kind of Clyde and Sylas talked to him about this, that the black irises of this young black dragon turned a little red, to the extent that you would think that it's now a red dragon control of a black dragon's body. That's the shade of red it turned. And he found out the name Zandabar was the person who eventually was the one who's in charge of this black dragon's body and who's this black dragon's master. And the name Vrokthar was thrown out there as someone of interest to someone of interest who knew more about the Zandabar character from Mirabar.
How do you spell that second name?
Vrockthar.
Vrock.
Thaar.
Vrokthar.
What kind of check can I do to see if any of that description, like how the dragon was controlled, is something that is familiar to myself?
Arcana or history, I would say. It's going to be a fairly high check though, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to click. And then from there he explains. Do you tell them everything that Clyde and Sylas did or do, or do you just kind of skip what happened after that portion to getting back to the Red Larch?
Yeah, I think I would skip the
Okay.
rest of that portion to get
Yep.
back to Red Larch.
Makes sense, yeah,
and
'cause-
just briefly describe the training I went through with the Necromancer and
Yeah.
Garfield, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So then, you heard in your voice you heard in your head from Bane, kind of instructing you to learn more to how to control your powers, and with that being helping to control skeletons wherever you see them. And with this kind of training with the Necromancer in the cave, Orioth, you kind of explain that like you've now have a much more firm grasp on how to control larger skeletons and how to have them do your kind of duty and your bidding, and then working with Garfield to kind of enhance your kind of control on that power within you. And Garfield helped with this potion. And all the items that you were able to give out were from that Black Dragon's Hoard. Do you tell them about anything else that you found from the Black Dragon Hoard? Or are you keeping that for a surprise?
That will be a surprise.
Cool. Yeah, that's what he explains.
I mean, the only other thing is, okay, yeah, I guess I'm keeping it a surprise.
Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't want to know how much you were revealing from there after that. But yeah, all those items that he got were from this Black Dragon's Hoard. And he was training with Garfield for a few days, and he just emerged from there after finishing that training.
Hold on, you were in... Oh, that's upsetting, I'll be honest. We were just talking to Garfield yesterday. He didn't even come out and say hi?
He couldn't hear you. He didn't know he didn't even know how long he had been in that room for.
Also,
Sure.
Garfield's realm, and I explained this to Ulrich, but Garfield's realm is much bigger than you think.
Oh, I have no doubt how big Garfield's realm is. I'm staying away from that guy. While you were, stealing from a dragon that you had defeated, did you get any gold?
A bit.
All right. Well, that's something. Good. Got something to call your own. You handing out goodies left and right for us. I hope you got something for yourself. Pick yourself up something nice.
Let's say I got more than enough for myself.
Yeah, and as he says that, you guys all now notice his shield. It's much different than the one he had previously.
That's fancy. Is it taking over your mind, making you do bad things or anything like that? How you feeling?
As much as Lando's fat rolls are taking over his Twinkies.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Yeah.
He says completely
I'm,
deadpan though.
laughing under my mask, but you guys can't see it
Right.
or hear it.
You see his body shake for the first time in like a weird kind of convulsion that none of you guys have seen before, but no sound comes from him.
So, BigYin is quietly been like sitting there thinking about all this. He says, "Well, as long as we're telling secrets,
Oh, boy.
I've learned something new."
I love
kinda-
how I love how it looks like, God fucking damn it, another one, another goddamn secret.
He just kind of raises his eyebrow at Ulrich. It's like, it's not bad, laddie. And he
Wait, sorry.
kinda-
Just real quick, out of character, where are we currently? Are we still inside the swinging sword?
we're in the pub.
Yep, you guys are the pub.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna cut you off real quick, BigYin, and I'm gonna say, does anyone have a spell to silence ourselves so that outside people can't hear us?
Or go to your rooms. That's another option you guys have been utilizing most frequently.
Well, I could show you something fun.
What? I don't.
Yeah, and I actually don't even trust going up to the rooms at this point, just because
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
BigYin pulls his staff off his back and says, "Follow me, lads. We're going out we're going outside." And he just walks confidently out through the back, past the stables, to this tree here.
Ulrich pats Cromwell on the back. And glad to have you back, but you picked some real weird time to worry about secrecy. I'll tell you that. Walk out the back.
And actually,
I say nothing and just follow BigYin.
BigYin keeps walking up the
Yeah.
hill and goes up to like this kind of patch of trees up here on top of the hill.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to go to like, because this is like up on the hill, right? Are you sure you don't want to go like over here somewhere?
Oh, that's a fair point.
Show
Fine,
off.
he'll go behind the hill right here.
Yeah, our classic meeting spot up next to the
Okay.
little pond.
Cool.
Hi.
Right.
So, right. So, and when everyone gets there, he kind of pulls his staff out and he kind of focuses for a little bit and plants it in the ground. And where he plants it, a tree suddenly appears. And there's a door in
Oh,
the
boy.
center of the tree.
This is a like fairly
And-
large tree, like you guys would surmise
What?
between 15
Yeah.
and 20 feet. The base of it is roughly 10 feet wide for diameter.
And BigYin pulls open the door and looks over his shoulder and says, "I trust you. Trust me when I say it's a lot bigger on the inside." And he just like walks in.
I like look at the
I'm
other.
thinking in my head that it seems similar to something that I guess Garfield does,
Just
not
like
knowing
look,
whether that's true
yeah.
or not.
I look over at the other guys like, oh, why would I go in there? I mean,
Ulrich,
y'all can go in there. I'm not going in there.
I'll follow you there.
I think you should come in, Ulrich.
You know what? You go in first, and then you walk out again. Close the door, walk out again, then I'll follow you.
Sure. I walk in.
Lando,
Hoping
when
nothing happens.
yeah, Lando, when are you kind of packing in with the rest of the group? Are you going like immediately as the door swings open, or are you like waiting for a little bit? What's your game plan here, buddy?
Are we leaving the swinging sword?
Yeah, you guys are outside now. I mean, you don't have to. You could have stayed there, but everybody else left the swinging sword, and they're now chilling over here.
Why are they over there?
Because BigYin wanted to talk. Cromwell says, let's do this somewhere quiet or somewhere separate with more secrecy. And BigYin was like, follow me, gents. I got this.
Shouldn't we go to that Valvo? Oh, I didn't tell them. Okay, yeah.
Well, there's still time. There's still time, right?
I'll stumble after them and I'll just stick my finger up and out and then just be like, I have something to say.
So yeah, as
We've
you guys
already
are,
walked.
as
We've
you-
already walked.
No,
BigYin's already out the fucking door.
Yeah. I'm saying he's following. He's like, guys, wait, guys, I got something.
Yeah, and then once like we stop at the he does the tree thing and like just walks in, I'm like, oh dang, Lando, what's up? You seem a little antsy.
Silence falls across the land.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lando.
you couldn't hear my breathing. Sorry, I was breathing heavily to simulate
No.
the strenuous activity that I had to expend to get over there.
Yeah, your ASMR didn't work, unfortunately.
No, yeah, sorry, I don't know if I do a very good
It's
job.
okay. You're fine. Yeah. So he's huffing and puffing as you guys see
Yeah.
him.
Anyways, that was my, mostly just puffing. Yeah, you know those homies who gave me the letter.
Yeah, yeah, I saw.
I guess. Wait, hold on. Table talk. Do I have to tell them about the voucher?
No, you don't have to say shit. This is your thing. Nobody else saw you get it.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna reckon 60.
He's like, guys, and then he thinks for a second after
Maybe
Ulrich's
I'll
like, hey,
maybe I'll spring it on them when I get to the store.
sure,
If I bring them along, but we'll go from there.
sure.
I like the idea that Lando is like, oh, I gotta tell you, and then like once he gets his thoughts together to like express himself, he's like, oh shit, I should actually tell you.
Yeah. It takes him a second for his brain to kind of like come around full circle. And he's like, oh, got it. No, not yet. Maybe in the future.
Can I walk out of the tree in that moment, trying to convince Ulrich to come in?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cromwell doesn't seem to be dead, so I think we're expected to walk into this magic tree.
BigYin just kind of sticks his head back out the tree and it's like, "Aye, after the fight, I focused on the staff and it unlocked a new power for me, so I can summon this here tree whenever I want, once a day, and it effectively serves as a home. The more we live in it, and the more it gets to know us, it will kind of furnish itself to suit suit my opinion of each of you. So, it's rather bare and empty right now, but I imagine the more we spend time in it, the more things will be nice. I reckon it's got a bath and beds and all the facilities, but eventually each of the rooms will kind of form to suit you, so to speak. It's rather interesting. It's an interesting bit of magic.
That's pretty damn cool.
Aye. It has various names. Tiny hut, all manner of things. But personally, I've always thought it as just the treehouse, the magic treehouse.
Now,
Cool.
what happens if we're in it and you dispel this thing?
Well,
He can't.
technically, I can dispel it
Yeah.
while someone's in there. As
All
long
right.
as someone's in there, it's there. Otherwise, it'll stay there as long as I concentrate on it a wee bit. But if we all leave and we shut the door, it's gone. So it's more or less we go somewhere, and instead of setting up tents and needing to set a watch, we set up the tree, we go inside, and we're basically safe. Because it's very difficult for anything to notice this tree from every other tree. Now, if we're in an area where there aren't many trees, well, it'd be rather strange to have a magical tree show up out of nowhere. Now, would it?
Well,
and he
not as strange as the rest of us, but
yeah, and he explains that he can change the tree's size and like how it looks on the outside as he desires.
Aye, I can make it look like anything. As you can see, it looks like the tree's over there. Camouflage. It's quite nice.
Come on, Ulrich, let's go in.
well,
It's
yeah.
like-
Now that I hear that there's like a failsafe, I like that. I'll go in.
He's like, listen, I just
Thinking
didn't want to
was-
get
thinking was
teleported to
getting
some
ready to,
other
like,
dimension.
Drag him in. Just like pick him up and carry him in.
He's like, listen, I just wanted to make sure I couldn't just get like teleported or like killed randomly if you just accidentally, fell asleep
Yeah.
while this is happening. Like, I don't want that to happen to me.
It's like just a kill zone. That door doesn't go anywhere. You just die if you walk through it. Like
You walk into the hell plane.
yeah,
You walk
good
through
news,
it.
guys. Come follow me. You're all dead. Gotcha.
And as Cromwell steps over the threshold, like 30 demons show up and attack him. Gotcha, bitch.
Cool. All right.
You'll
So
have to work harder than that to get rid of me.
yeah,
Not Cromwell, Ulrich.
yeah. Lando, are you coming inside? Or are you chilling outside still?
We're going to the tree.
Cool. All right. So everybody's in the tree. BigYin, the
And-
furnishings and everything and stuff is as you desire it to be, and like you were explaining, like as the staff in this kind of magical space gets to know all 5 of you better, the furnishings will adjust accordingly, like he was saying.
So right now, a lot of it is basically Furbolg sized. It's all basically big enough to fit Furbolgs, big humans, elves, because that's basically who BigYin hung out with for most of his life.
Sure.
It's the main frame of reference he has.
Mhm.
But then kind of looking at Ulrich and Lando, he just kind of stops and like focuses for a little bit, and some of the furniture changes to fit dwarves.
Mhm.
It's a little lower, a little squatter, a little bit, it definitely is built to, everything's kind of built to last.
They're a bit wider, perhaps.
A bit wider, especially for Lando. It's like Lando can always spot his chairs. The chairs that are meant for Lando, they're kind of reinforced. The staff are actually Twig Blights, but they're not aggressive. They actually, whereas like Twig Blights look kind of thorny and kind of rotten on occasion, these actually kind of look like fresh saplings that have kind of like uprooted themselves and walk, and they have bright inquisitive eyes, and speak a very kind of like, and speak basic common, nothing complicated, and they generally don't talk, but you can basically tell them to do whatever you want. It's like bring you food, water, anything like that. And
So explain to everyone what a twig light is. Everybody probably doesn't know what those are.
Twig blight. Hang on, I have to find a picture.
I mean, you can just explain like what they are, like what are they, what's their purpose, and like.
So
what are
twig
they?
blights are monsters. Effectively, they're awakened plant monsters. They kind of resemble a woody shrub, and they kind of can pull their roots up out of the grounds. Kind of basically look like a humanoid if it formed itself completely out of wood. They're generally, it's like but these are, because they're like normally they'd be considered neutral evil small plant, but because I basically formed this tree, they're basically matching my alignment, which is chaotic good. So they're a little impish, a little cheeky, but they'll do as you ask. And I kind of clap my hands politely. I say, right, lads, these are my friends and my guests. You have to treat them with the respect that you give me. Would you mind bringing us a wee bit of food, some tea, maybe some beer? Make that 5 beers and tea, and
They salute.
some snacks.
They do a little
And
twig blight salute as they walk over to fulfill that. But as you notice, you see them kind of like sniggering and like laughing as they walk away.
Aye, they're merry fellows. Quite nice.
He's a little problematic.
What do you mean?
But, well, are you paying these guys?
I don't need to.
Okay, well, sounds like slavery.
I mean, they kind of come with the house.
And he says, "My God is evil."
Well, your god is evil.
I mean, it's a twig blight. They didn't really need money. I mean, I provide them with shelter and food.
Mhm.
I provide them with what they need, and they help me. It's
Sounds
a
well.
symbiotic. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Sounds
You might
exactly
say.
how Bane thinks about me.
Just saying, that sounds a little problematic. Maybe do you know what their names are?
I've only had the spell for like 2 days.
All right.
He hasn't gotten around to that yet.
I
But now I got another
haven't-
question for you. Will they kill us in our sleep?
No. Remember, the whole spell shapes around my persona, my temperament.
So what he's
me.
saying is, if he wants you dead, you might be dead.
I mean, if anyone who came in here threatened us harm, the house would do them harm. I have no reason to want to harm you, do I? I mean, we may not agree on everything, but I bear you no ill will. Anyone else, well, that needs to be decided. But you lot are safe as houses.
Well, you know me. I'm a little nervous about all this magic stuff. Y'all just do these things without questioning any of the ramifications of what's going on. So
Well, I mean,
forgive
if you
me for
want
being
this,
skeptical.
If you want to sleep outside until you feel comfortable about it, that's fine. You can also lock the door, and I pull out keys, and I hand each of them a key to their own room. It's like, this key will vibrate as you wander through the house until you find your room. Well, I have the master key, but the rest of the keys can only unlock the room that belongs to you.
Hold on, let's get to the main point here. BigYin, we came into this tree for a reason.
Aye, this was what I wanted to tell you. Now, we have a safe place to talk. We cannot be observed here. We're completely and totally safe.
This is
Definitely
what you were
gonna-
gonna say in the inn.
Aye,
Wait,
You
were you
walked
gonna make
into
a
your fucking
tree?
tree to tell us that you had a tree?
aye,
Were you gonna make this tree in the inn?
no.
Okay,
I was
all
going
right.
to explain that I had this ability. And then Cromwell brought up the whole thing about how he didn't trust the rooms and he wanted a place to privately talk. I was like, fine, I'll show you rather than tell you.
'Cause we'll
Trying to
definitely
find
save on
Frog
some
Thorn and
inn.
Xanabar, and you're wasting my time.
I wouldn't call it wasting.
No, this is wasting.
And by this time, the Twig Blights have shown up with like beer and food, and they're laying it all out on the coffee table.
It's all plant-based food. There's no meat.
I think that's a fair point. The meat will show up eventually.
Or maybe you have to provide it. You're not quite sure yet. You still haven't.
Yeah, haven't figured that one out
you
yet.
haven't fully mastered it yet, but you're good. You got a good hold of it thus far.
Well, all right. This is all fine and good. Cromwell, you're quite haughty for someone who's been gone for 10 days, so maybe pump the brakes a little bit. We gotta do some investigating about what's going on with these Earth cultists and how deep they are in Red Larch. That's the whole point we're here.
Aye, and now we have a secure place to discuss it, where where it's difficult to find us, where we can talk and be as loud as we want, and they be overheard.
That
I
actually
figured
brings
that's a
up
win.
that brings up a good point. So, one of my
Clap.
missions here is to dig deeper into this cultists and figure out what's going on. But also, I was told by my mentor Garfield to find Valivo. And I believe he's currently in Red Larch.
Oh, aye, I know her. I know Elwarin, and I know who that is. He's a fine fellow. A Harper's agent, or so he says.
He also runs the magic shop.
Aye. His shop is not far from Garfield's. It's really it's just across the long road. You must have walked right past it on your way to us. I cannot believe you didn't stop.
Elwarin, go.
I was just going to say that after our conversation with Garfield yesterday, he also recommended that we stop by this lady's place that I forgot her name.
You're talking about Mother Yolanta. She was the one who had the cheap boarding house that had 6 to 8 guests that didn't return, that never returned. About the same time, we went in and killed a bunch of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was asking Garfield about things that had changed since we went into the mountains and were gone for a couple of days, and he recommended we talk to her, and she may be able to give us some information on what's going on.
Did somebody recommend going to Valve House?
Do you mean Valivo, laddie?
Sure.
Yeah, I did. I was supposed to go see him or her.
Cool.
Well, I reckon we can all go.
Yep.
Or y'all can go. I'll stay here and try and see if I can do something about some meat in the treehouse. Because if we all leave, the treehouse goes away. One of us has to stay. So
And remember,
I'll stay.
there is the armor merchant in town, also the blacksmith place. I think you guys wanted to visit as well.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask, does anyone have any other information or need to do things in Red Larch that would assist in tracking down these cultists or whatnot?
I wanted to get a hold of the sheriff in town again, because he was looking a little suspicious last time we ran into each other. Y'all remember, he happened to know we were looking out over the quarry, and we know what the quarry's all about.
That's true. So it sounds like right now we have about 4 stops of places we want to go and check out. Question
Yeah.
is,
So, do we
should
want to
we-
split?
yeah, that might be a good idea.
Well, I'm gonna
And
head to the blacksmith. I go and see if we can get an upgrade on this here armor. We've been fighting some pretty tough folks, so the chain shirt I've been wearing's not really cutting it.
Well, I'll stick with Ulrich, but why don't you come with me to see Valivo afterwards, Ulrich?
All right, sounds good.
couple of points of order, real quick, DM.
Mhm.
Before actually, I'll ask after everyone splits up, figures out what they want to do.
Okay.
Um,
You guys could all just travel together if that's what you want to do, or you can split up. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, was
I
gonna
wouldn't
say,
mind traveling together out of
Yeah.
character.
it might be a good idea since splitting up has not always been successful or good for us in the past. And we don't really have anywhere, we don't have like a timeline right now. We just have to find information, so that might be good to stick together, especially if BigYin is going to stay behind, which I don't know if it's completely necessary.
You could give him a
Then-
Sonos Far Speech so he can always be in contact with you.
Oh, I could talk to him too, right? Because we both-
Yes, you could.
We
Oh,
have our
Yes,
rings.
yes, you do.
But I'm just saying, like, I just still don't right now. It's nothing is really going on, and
Okay, well, while
Was
Since
sorry,
armor
another
spec-
question about this money voucher thing. Was this intended that I like spend it on everybody else?
Not necessarily.
I was just saying, like, it could be an option for us to also just not worry about that tree today, since we are in a town. I don't know if we need to have a tree house outside. We could just stay at the swinging sword as well.
I think
Oh,
now.
what BigYin was trying to say is like because like nobody else can hear outside of it. That's
Okay.
what that's his kind of reasoning. I think. Correct me if I'm
Okay.
wrong, BigYin.
So it's the tree's secure because basically it's a magic tree. It's almost like an air gapped computer in that it's never been connected to the internet. In this sense, once we shut the door, the tree just looks like a tree. No one else can see it's a door except for us because we all have keys to our own rooms now, and I am the one in charge of the spell, so I can see the door all the time. The thing is, if I understand how the spell works, if we all leave, including myself, the spell ends. One person has to stay behind the entire time. So
Right.
I'm offering to stay behind because one, it's my spell, and I'm still kind of getting used to it. And I'm trying to figure it out, and I need to have a conversation with these Twig Blight fellows and just kind of figure out, more about them and kind of get to know the lay of the land. But everything seems to be okay, even though they are a bit cheeky. So I'm happy to stay behind and kind of communicate to Elwarin through our rings and kind of have him pass me information or ask questions or just kind of be like, oh, hey, don't forget this, or see if you guys can pick up some potions on your way while you're out because I'm out, you know?
Yeah.
Other than that, the one thing I was actually going to bring up was, did we ever figure out about the yacht when he was still a bard? The sword you had in a previous life, did we ever figure out, because I know I think Lando picked it up. Did we ever figure out what happened, like the provenance of that sword? Because I know there was some
I never got to
dwarven stuff to it that we couldn't quite figure out that we need to go talk to a bunch of dwarves up north about.
I-
Right, just to get back to where we just started, I have a sword. What was someone
Sure,
Um,
you have a sword that. I'm surprised you guys remember that. I'm so happy you guys remembered about that sword. Yeah, it was
I
a sword
don't.
that your old friend got that had dwarvish writing and script on it. That was a rapier.
Yeah.
And you guys never found out what exactly was going on with that. But you knew that it was of dwarven make, and you needed to head up north to one of the dwarven strongholds, is what you guys understood from talking to Ulrich to figure out what exactly is going on with that sword.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be something worth talking to either Valivo or Garfield about, or the blacksmith, because he might know something. You never know. He might,
What
the
about now?
blacksmith in this town might be a dwarf. I was just bringing up some deep cut lore stuff, and just because I figured we were just doing table talk right now.
So as I was saying, I didn't pick up the sword. All I got from him was his love letter, which
Mhm.
I still have.
And you still don't know who
Right.
it's for.
Correct. I don't think I've ever actually read it.
Nope, I don't think you have either.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna stay behind and occasionally communicate with Elwarin, or hopefully Elwarin will communicate something to me so we can discuss. And I'm basically gonna make sure the treehouse stays where it is, and try and see if I can talk to the Twig Blights about how the treehouse is provisioned, and talk about dietary needs and things like that, and make sure that we come to an amicable agreement as to what they want from me and things like that. So that does not need to be gamed out either.
I'm just gonna go buy some splint armor, unless you think that needs to be role played out.
It does not. Let me pull that up real quick on my end. Just for cost.
Yeah. The book says 200, but it could be, I don't know what the.
It's probably gonna be the
How
same thing.
many
But wait.
resources?
So did you guys head over to the blacksmith's place right now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let me give you some deep cuts into this.
All right.
Give
So
you
then
some-
it does need a role playing. Okay.
Oh, you don't need a role play. I just want to give you like information on like where you get when
Oh,
you
okay.
walk in, and like who this person is and all that jazz.
Sick.
I felt like that would be kind of cool for you.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, so you head over to Tantor's Smithy. It's a soot-stained building with massive stone blocks that rise on both sides, with two wide chimneys. This early in the morning, you can hear these just hammers ringing, as you hear two sets of hammers and tongs just kind of moving in unison. As you kind of walk in, you see a human male kind of working in this blacksmith, and you see his son and two daughters who are also working out in the back. And this male human is probably in his, you'd guess, 50s. At this point, he's got some gray hair. His children look like they are adults and very fine strapping boys and girls. Elwarin, I will get to you in a second. I'll help you out with that, or we can just do that for the session. Either way. Yeah, so you kind of walk in, and you just kind of you chat with him and just try to get an idea for how much splint armor is going to cost you. And he kind of just looks at you and he's like, You want armor, boy, huh? I have one pair of splint armor here. It will be costing you, yes, 200 gold pieces.
I like it. You're not trying to pull anything on me.
I'm an honest man. This is my
Appreciate
work.
that.
My children and I make everything you see in the shop. As you guys kind of look around, you see a variety of different armors. You guys see plate mail, you guys see splint mail, chain mail, variety of swords, shields. It's a well kept and well fit out smithy. And you also see like on the edges and corners some wagon parts. Just different things you'd need for a wagon, like spare parts, or just how you build a cart out with the wheels and the different lugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so just looking to buy some split mail and
Yep, 200 gold, and he's good.
Great.
Yeah,
Does
fits
it
you.
fit immediately?
No,
I
he
love
he does take some measurements, as like all of his stuff was they're all built big, right? So they
Sure.
can fit it afterwards. He's like, all right, it's gonna take me a few hours to kind of fit this down to your size. If you just come back sometime in the afternoon, we should have it done.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, you can just leave 100 gold here, and you can give me the other 100 when you come back.
Yeah, I'd drop it off.
Cool. Sweet. Anybody else want any armor or weapons from here?
I'm just checking what kind of arrows he has.
Regular arrows here. Nothing fancy. Do you ask him about that?
Yeah.
He's like, see, I got these arrows, and he shows you like the regular arrows, and I've got these barbed ones. They don't slow people down necessarily, but they do get stuck into the armor. and it can be kind of a nuisance to get out afterwards. So it's kind of more of like a torture sounds wrong, but it's not easily to be pulled out. It must be like you have to like be very careful as you remove it. So those that try to just pull this out can injure themselves more.
Okay, so these are out of character. These are a little different than the barbed arrows I had before because they would slow down
Yeah.
people. Right?
So the ones that you have are a little bit longer, and it looks like the neck of these barbed arrows that you picked up from these gnoll hunters are more. There's more metal on them, and they seem to be more barbed. This one is just a barbed end, kind of like a like a thistle fur, like those like little like these little steeds that kind of like stick to your clothes when you go hiking and stuff like that. More similar to that size and shape, but it's still honed to a kind of like triangular shape, so it'll like pierce through armor and stuff. But it's just it's that barbed kind of like catching into your skin that he's mentioning, where it's like it's difficult to remove if you don't do it properly. Like it'll hurt when you pull it off. So what that means is when you pierce them, it's a regular arrow. But if they do try to pull it out while their armor is still on, it will do an extra 1d4 damage to them.
Okay.
And he has 5 of those for sale. He's
How
like, this
much-
is a prototype that I've been developing.
How much are you selling those for?
Ooh, we have an interested buyer. I'm thinking 2 gold a pop, just to see if they work. And if you become a repeat customer, we can and you give me some modifications and things I can tweak on it. We can reduce that cost as we have a like budding relationship.
That actually sounds. I'm interested. Yeah, that's all by all 5 of them.
Excellent. So you hand him over the 10 gold, and he's like, as you use it out in the field, please let me know if there's anything you'd like to change about it, or any tweaks, or maybe you have some arrows you'd like me to start trying to make myself, and we can work something out. I think if this becomes popular, this might be a new line of business for me, and I can give you a discount.
Sounds good.
Cool. Anybody else looking to grab anything from this dude?
No.
Cool. Sweet. So from there, are you guys heading to Mother Yolantha's place, or are you guys heading to Valvo's place?
Probably Valvo.
Okay. So yeah, you guys make your way down there. I'm going to need one person to roll a d12, one person to roll a d100 for me, if that's okay.
The D12.
I got the D100.
Okay.
I have the D100.
Yeah, let's see.
If you didn't hear me before,
Oh,
over and out.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear you quite clearly.
Now we're getting the ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
It's everything I've always wanted.
Yeah. Nice. Wow.
Okay, give me a second.
I know what it sounds like, but I imagine it sounds quite nice.
It definitely sounds like something.
It sounds
Wow.
like the microphone is literally in your mouth.
Yeah, it does. It does sounds like you just put it down your throat.
Honestly, it basically fucking was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You ain't far off.
Elwarin, I added the Mariner's breastplate to your character sheet and fixed it onto your character sheet. The only thing that I will ask you to do is to add the description that I sent to you in there, so you just remember what it does.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, so we have a 5. Sorry, give me a second. I have to do something real quick before we get into this magic shop. Okay, so we will do the 5 first. I'm so excited. Give me a second. Sorry.
Don't be excited.
Dude, him being excited usually means that we get to fight something. So
That would be hilarious.
That means we get to fight something in fucking Valvo's place, which does not seem like a great place to fight.
God, please stop talking with that thing in your mouth, man.
yeah, it has to be exactly 1 inch away.
Yeah. Literally, I mean, it is probably 1 inch away, which is fucking fucked up. Who the
You
fuck?
can lick it, but you can't eat it.
Yeah. Just a tongue touch, I get it.
Just you gotta do it with like a nice finger.
Are you wearing
light touch.
like earbuds with a hanging like microphone?
Maybe.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah. Well, I did actually find I did both find and then promptly lose immediately my my old headphones, and I don't know where they are. I also
Nice.
lost my other pair of headphones, so now I have these shitty ones that I don't particularly enjoy, and there's some Swedish fucking company that a coworker recommended, and it was not a good recommendation, if I'm honest.
That sucks.
But they were only $60, so could be worse.
All right, cool. I'm gonna say both of your rolls were exactly what I was hoping you'd roll, just for what it's worth. Excellent. So with that, you guys kind of head in, and Balvo kind of heads over, hunched, old kind of skinny man. He's like, yes, welcome back to my shop. I've gotten some excellent items for you. And so as it says that, I'm going to send you guys a link, which you can view. I will make whatever changes that needs to get done accordingly. Copy link. Put this in the Discord chat. Feel free to click on that and open that up. And those will be... Those are the magical items that are available at his shop. As he kind of shows you his wares. He's like, I've got plenty of nice items. Let's say someone from down south and someone from this town has generously provided me ways to get these items for you. I'm very excited.
What the fuck? Some of these are ridiculous.
I rolled some
Magic
dice.
items, man.
I rolled some dice, and there's some cool stuff, and other ones I just really wanted you guys to have the option of purchasing, if not now, in the future. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this one at a time because that was a lot. So Cromwell asked how much money you guys have as a group, and then now Lando, you say what you were trying to say.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Like, how is this better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me a second to reduce your volume now because you are at a appropriate level.
I wasn't trying to fucking yell.
You weren't. No, I'm just
DM.
Like I said, this is good. This is good for me.
Okay, my table talk question was, I have you guys all know how much money I have in this thing, so I could just buy, that thing at the bottom, and then people can get, the other things. That wand seems pretty useful.
What thing at the bottom?
The amulet of the drunkard is what he's referring to.
You have that much money?
No, I don't. Oh wait,
Jesus
I only
Christ.
saw the potion of vulnerability.
Oh.
There are multiple pages here, guys. Sorry, there's 6 pages.
Yeah, okay, I didn't see that.
Sorry, I apologize. There's a lot of stuff.
You
here.
have 1,000 gold?
He has a
God
voucher.
damn.
Man. He got a voucher.
I see. I have 1,000 gold, or I have 80 gold, and I'd rather not, unless it's like something.
It's because he's like, I just bought the
that's
split mail,
really-
boys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're
Actually, the amulet of the drunkard sounds like the perfect thing I should buy.
I
Holy
found that.
shit.
I found that and thought of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I can't.
It's
We
gonna
don't have enough money. I don't think we have enough money to buy anything else that's like less than 1,000.
Well, maybe. So are you choosing to buy that right now? Are you handing over this voucher to Valvo to buy the amulet of the drunkard?
Or the bag of tricks seems pretty good.
Sure.
Bag of tricks is dope.
Question to the group. We
Yeah.
did have enough. What would be the most worthwhile item? Like, is there something that we would want to strive for?
Bag of Devouring
I
seems
just don't
pretty
know.
baller.
Like, I mean, I don't have the time to read through all of these just and understand it right now.
There's
so.
really not that many.
If there's anything you have a
folding
question
road.
about, I can answer that. I've handpicked all of these items, and with some RNG. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will be.
I actually had a question
Portable
about the red
hole
potion.
is the portable hole is probably the most useful and game breaking item.
Maybe.
Ooh, the Rod of Rulership sounds pretty good. If it charms somebody.
I'm
So-
honestly surprised that Lando did not immediately buy the 5 potions that were 5 gold each.
Maybe he will still.
So I have 100 gold.
Yeah. So you're not there,
I will
right?
contribute whatever,
Yeah,
but like,
you're not there though, right? So they don't have.
yeah,
the
but
cash
I
on hand.
can like, I'll just kind of, at this point,
So
the
my
BigYin will,
my
like,
question is,
grab
does
his-
Elwarin ping you? Is my question. Right?
yeah, That's the thing.
Sure. After seeing that list, I will let him know what's available.
Yeah, and in game he's like kind of walking you guys by these items and
Yeah.
explaining them, but I just didn't want to spend 20 minutes doing that.
Yeah. So I will just basically relay that information to BigYin, knowing that he might be interested in some magic
So
item.
in terms of table talk, I only have like 100 gold. I have exactly 114 gold. So you know what? If I'm tempted to buy the 5 red mysterious red potions just for giggles to see what happens. Because I can only buy one of the healing potions, which, while useful, I get it. I can do basically that same healing with my healing ring. So, I mean, if anyone else wants to chip in on potions, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll just tell Elwarin, it's like, shite, I'll be cheap. Get all 5 of the mysterious red potions, and I'll give you the gold for it when you get back.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you've purchased the 5 mysterious potions, right?
Well, I didn't purchase them yet. It's
Okay.
just what he told me. So while we are still here discussing, I just know that at the end I probably want to purchase those.
Got it.
I am going to contact Clyde and Sylas with my ring,
Okay.
and I would like to ask if they're still holding on to some of the loot that we got from the Horde of the Black Dragon.
They gave you half of the money.
I'm gonna ask if they can give me the rest.
They will
What
say
a power
no.
play.
They will say no.
Okay.
I love it.
They need it for what they're doing.
Cool.
And they also ask, like, why is this the first time you contact them, and this is how you like talk to them?
There hasn't been any other ongoings, is what I told them.
Sure, yeah. They just sound like a little like. Clyde seems a little.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, they seem a little frustrated, I guess, with like the tone of how you spoke to them, and like this is like you didn't say even hi. It's just, hey, do you guys still have the money? I need it now. Like that's exactly what it sounded like.
That is exactly the tone that I was using.
Yeah, I know.
And I speak to them in this manner only because I feel like I've become more comfortable with them over my training over the week.
Sure, but it's just like a little rude to your like teachers, right?
I'm gonna turn to Ulrich and say, hypothetically, Ulrich, if I did have enough for the Bag of Devouring, would it be worth getting?
You know how I feel about magic stuff. That one seems.
Sounds like pretty fucking OP.
Out of character, I've never actually used the Bag of Devouring.
All right, so you want me to give you a quick rundown on it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so it acts like a bag of holding, but different, right? So it is a bag that when you put things into goes into a separate dimension, and it's a mouth of a like it's this gigantic extra dimensional creature. So when you put your hand in to put something in there, there's a 50% chance. So what that means is like I'm gonna have you roll a d20 whenever you try to put something in the bag. If you roll an even, your hand is now stuck because it's trying to eat your hand, and you need to do a successful DC 15 strength check to pull your hand out. If you fail, somebody else can try to go in there and grab your hand out for also, but they will also have to roll a d20 as they put their hand in the bag to see if their hand is also devouring. Anything that starts its turn within the bag, that portion of their body is eaten. So think of it like this, right? BigYin puts his hand to the bag to drop, I don't know, we'll say some food or whatever that he wants to save for later, right? Just he fails his DC 15 strength check, and then Cromwell goes in to try to pull him out. Cromwell now has to beat a DC 20 strength check to pull it out. If he fails, they both lose each hand that they put in there.
Oh, so it's not the entire body. It's because it says that 50% chance that the creature is pulled inside the bag. When someone reaches inside it,
Oh,
there's
I
like a
misread that. I
damage
misread
and
that.
the entire
I'm-
creature is pulled inside the bag.
I misread that. Yes, that is correct. I misread that. That's on me. Yes. So you will have
So
one
this could
turn,
be the end of the campaign.
possibly, or the end of 2 people, or if you guys trick someone like a big bad and they
Correct.
fail their strength check, they could get died. They could get got.
It just
That's what I
doesn't
was thinking, but
seem
knowing our group-
super useful. Yeah, and it sounds
Sure.
like someone will die using it.
Yeah, but it could be a cool like way to kill big bad evils. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. The question was, is it worth 5,000 gold? At this point, probably not.
There's a lot of cool stuff there, guys. Feel free to
Correct.
spend some time and
I-
like.
I would be very interested in the bag of tricks, but I can't afford it.
Just,
750.
okay, I will be honest with the group. I have 5,200 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
Holy. Okay.
So we can pretty much buy anything in here or multiple things. I'm just trying to think of things that would be useful. One thing that I think would be useful for Ulrich is Belt of Dwarven Kind, but it's 5,000 gold pieces, so I just don't know if that's worth it.
I mean, it increases your constitution. You get advantage on charisma. You're not exactly the team's face character, but I mean, getting advantage on persuasion, which could
It's
also be
also
intimidation, would be useful.
no, it's specifically persuasion, not
Oh,
intimidation.
sorry. So you could
Um,
actually become more persuasive.
I feel like
I
that'd be
think it's
useful for
actually-
somebody that isn't a dwarf.
Yes, because all the other stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe
There's a lot of dwarf stuff going on in this campaign.
gauntlets of ogre power. I mean, strength score 19. I guess that would probably just be for me because nobody else really uses strength, right?
I mean,
Cromwell.
Defensive.
Ulrich.
Yeah. Well, I know, but Ulrich doesn't attack, so that's
Whoa.
not.
well, he
Although
needs,
actually,
he needs it to grapple.
he would be OP as shit with those on though, right?
Yeah, because he'd be able to grapple everyone.
And
Yeah.
it only increases my strength by 2 at this point. So
Yeah, that's not that
And
much.
Those
Okay.
are things for like individuals. If I was looking at like something to enhance the team, I would look at the folding boat, like a combination of the folding boat and the portable hole, or the folding boat and the bag of tricks, because the bag of tricks gives us potentially gives us a additional ally in a fight.
Or what
like-
about just all 3 of those? That's less than 5,200.
Well, that's if he wants to like burn.
5,250 actually.
That's if he
I
wants
don't
to
think I
burn
personally
all of
don't
his
think it's
gold.
worth. Yeah, I don't think it's worth burning all 5,000.
True.
But I do think that some of these would be pretty good.
I mean, the boat at least is useful because it gives us transport over water. Like you could also get like Qual's feather token. Tiny object looks like a. Why do I feel like I got one of these? Tiny object looks like a feather. Different types of feather tokens exist, each with a different single-use effect. DM chooses the kind. In this case, this one turns into a swan boat, and it does it once.
Yeah, and in that case, the folding boat is probably more worthwhile.
Yeah, because if we have to cross water, well, we can just get on the boat. I think the one thing is, what do we do with our cart? Because I doubt the boat actually.
24 feet long.
24 feet long, 8 feet wide. Yeah, we just have to figure out how to lift the horse and cart onto the boat. But now we have a way of going up and down river if we need it. So I
How
think
many medium creatures is one cart?
Like
we have 4 horses and a cart.
I'll say you guys are able to make them fit. It will be.
It'll be a
You-
tight ass fit.
You guys can make it fit. I think with the 5 of you plus a cart and the horse, I think it'd be fine.
We also have 1,000 gold from my thing.
So I mean, we have. So I mean, if we want to treat like that 1,000 gold plus whatever you want to contribute as like party loot, I mean, I would definitely get the folding boat. The folding boat. Give someone the robe of useful items because that has all these items that are kind of useless, except for maybe. But then it has 44 other patches, which could be incredibly useful, depending. So, and that's kind of like a mixed bag of what it could be. A potion of invulnerability is always useful, even though it's only for like a minute. But
Isn't that
if I had to
basically
put
an entire fight?
if I had to put my finger down on anything, it would be the folding boat for sure. Maybe the portable hole, definitely the bag of tricks, and maybe the amulet of the drunkard. So then, because then at least like in an emergency, Lando can just keep beer on him, and he can just basically, if he needs a quick heal, that's one potion one basic bitch healing spell I don't need to worry about, because he can just chug a beer as an action and gain back 44 health. So I mean, I think if you want to use your 1,000 gold on that, um, Lando, that would be perfect for your character. Like it was made specifically for you, basically. And then in terms of other stuff, my 2 votes are the folding boat and the bag of tricks. But that's just me.
What happened to the portable hole? Did somebody fuck it?
Well, it used to make a 10-foot deep hole, and you could like open a portal with it to go to the other side of a wall. But
It's only a one-time use thing, right?
no,
it's unlimited uses.
now it just
So-
makes a 10-foot deep hole that goes to an astral plane. So you
Yeah,
can't actually like open a hole through a wall anymore.
So like,
which is dumb.
let's just say the Lou Guru is charging us. We could throw down the portable hole right before he gets in front of us. He steps
how do we
into
get
the
out?
portable hole and just falls through into an astral plane.
And
Well,
then
he
I
just
can
falls
take the
10
portable
feet.
hole and put it back in my bag.
Yeah.
As long as
Okay,
it's
so
not a
whatever.
bag of holding, because if you put it in a bag of holding or something else
Yeah.
that has its own internal dimensional portal, it basically, like, if you were to open, what would happen if you used it in my treehouse? Would that open up a gate to the astral plane, destroy the treehouse and all of us?
You'll have to find out.
Because I feel like that is it. That's its own. The treehouse has its own interdimension, like subdimension that
there
it
you go.
creates within itself.
But
Yeah, not a good idea.
don't
And
do
I
that.
feel like one of us would do that just for shits and giggles, and it would like derail the entire adventure. It would
Well, we'd all be
literally be
dead.
the search for grog.
Maybe.
Anyone who's
Well-
in there would be dead, because it says the gate originates where is it? Opening it in an extra dimensional space or similar item instantly destroys both items. Oh, both items. Never mind. Not
Yeah,
everything.
and opens a gate to the astral plane. So it would destroy the treehouse, which isn't a big deal because I can summon a new one.
Well, sure.
Oh, it would destroy the staff.
Maybe.
It would destroy the staff, probably.
Anyway,
Because,
I
yeah,
don't think
no,
the
not a
portable
good
hole is
idea.
worth it.
I mean, it's worth it if you just don't open it in the treehouse.
Well, it's more of a storage thing rather than a cool like do stuff thing. That
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
it's not even a
Okay, so
storage thing. It's
one
a
thing-
one-way trip.
I think
No.
one thing I know I'm gonna buy for sure is Amulet of the Drunkard to give to.
Well, he can buy it himself.
Oh, does he have the? Oh yeah, what is the voucher thing?
Yeah, I'll just do that, and I'll get the amulet.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna.
I like that
cross
idea.
off.
So
We.
the voucher is 1,000 gold.
Yes. So I'm gonna cross this off. Cool.
Do I
Alright.
have to like? Is that something I can search?
I will no. I will add that in your character sheet manually myself right now. It
So,
does require attunement, so just make sure you don't have more than 3 things attuned to you.
I only have the one.
Yep, so you should be good. Just letting you know, you guys. There's a max of 3, and if you try to add another item after you already have 3 attuned, it just won't attune to you.
How do you unattune something?
You just get rid of it from being attuned to you. It's pretty much all
The
this-
same way that you attune something.
The
Just
Qual's
takes a day.
Feather token. Can I use it more than once?
Repeat that.
No.
It's just a one-time thing.
The
Yes.
Qual's Feather, yeah, that is a one-time use for this. Yeah.
Which is why it's half the price of the folding boat.
Which doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have the boat and you need some way to get on to the thing,
Okay, I will buy the folding boat. Turn to Valavor and say, "Hey, I would like to buy the folding boat."
okay. That'll be 1,000 gold, please. As he his voice now turns into Garfield, I guess, because fuck me.
And I will hand him his 1,000 gold.
Wand of Secrets is calling.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think also it's a good one.
I agree.
Actually, that's actually pretty good.
Lando, I added the Amulet Drunkard to your thing.
The what of secrets?
The Wand of
Wand?
Secrets. Yeah, no, I was looking at that too.
It's a good
Yeah, I
one.
thought that would be a pretty useful thing. Maybe some of these. I feel like also the 5. I'll also buy just with my own money some of those 5 potions. Does he only have 5?
Well,
Those have already been purchased.
They
Yeah,
haven't been purchased yet.
Oh,
I'll
then
I'll
they
interrupt
didn't
you
get crossed
before.
off. So how am I supposed to know?
Well, I'll interrupt you before you try to buy those instead. Tell you that the BigYin is actually interested in those.
Cool.
All right, so that's 25 gold pieces. Make sure to cross that off from your thing.
So I'll just cross it off mine and pretend like I gave it to you when you get back, so you don't lose anything.
Sure.
So don't even worry about it.
All right,
Well, back to the topic here. I'm
Yeah.
still in for the bag of tricks. If that's
Yeah.
an option.
It's a good one. I was gonna say, Wand of Secrets and Bag of Tricks would be like the
Okay,
go-to.
yeah, to the group in character. Do you guys want to hold, like, who wants to hold on to the bag of tricks, or do you want me to hold on to it? Because I have a bag of holding, so I have unlimited storage.
So you would want to be careful about putting the bag of holding with the bag of tricks. Falvo, when you say that, he's like, "I'd be careful of that."
I'm happy to hold on to it.
Sure. So then I'll go ahead and buy the bag of tricks and hand it over to Elwarin.
Okay.
I just want to clarify. Y'all know you don't put stuff in that, right?
Yeah, I won't. I'll
He's like,
pull
"Don't
things
you be
out.
putting your animal friends in there now, you hear?"
Like you pull things out of that one.
Yeah.
You don't put things.
I don't
All
put
right.
anything in it. Yeah, got it.
You can name them. Feel free to.
Just
Wait,
This
DM,
is-
you said you're adding these onto the character sheets for us. We don't have to worry about it.
No, just that Amulet of the Drunkard, because that one
Okay.
doesn't exist in Roll20. That's
Alright,
something
add
from a
Lando.
different expansion, but everything else should be in Roll20.
Wait. Okay, and we can talk about it after this.
Folding boat, Cromwell. I think that's in your character sheet. You can just keep that in there if you'd like.
Mhm.
5 red.
Okay, and
The
then
5
I'll-
potions are with Elwarin. Just put 5 red potions or 5 mystery potions. Just put that on there on your sheet. And then when you guys get back to the BigYin, you can hand it back over to him.
Yeah, and I'll also buy the Wand of Secrets.
Okay. Sounds dope.
Yeah.
good one.
Let's see. Oh, and BigYin, just add the Wand of Secrets onto your stash.
Okay, yeah. If you guys are just gonna head immediately over there from here, that's fine.
I mean, just for future, I'm gonna hand it to him, but I just
Okay,
don't want to
fine.
add it to mine and then remove it.
Yeah, makes sense. How much gold do you have left, Mr. Cromwell?
I have to subtract 1,150. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the right page. Lost here. Okay, minus
4,050,
geez.
right?
4,234 minus 1,000. Easier. I have 3,084 gold left.
So that's let me see. So that's 1,400 plus 750, 2,250 is how much you spent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh man, we're almost at the next Kickstarter milestone.
And I will actually buy a potion of invulnerability for myself.
Okay. I like it.
While you're buying potions, maybe a healing potion or 2 or 5.
I'll leave that up to you.
I don't got enough money.
Yeah, so he explains to you guys that the healing potions are on a discount because he likes you guys, which is why they're 80 gold pieces each.
Sounds good. I will take them all.
Okay, so it's 400 gold pieces. Okay, cool. So
What a
you just-
deal! I'll take them all.
yeah. So you just
We're
spent.
buying out this whole dude's like store.
Let's see. Okay, I have 1,600 gold left. I don't think we need to buy anything else. Oh, actually, one thing I think would be useful for Elwarin is buying at least 10 of these arrows.
Okay, so the key thing with
Right.
this is that after it does hit the target, it loses that +1 and it goes back to being a regular arrow. But if you miss, it retains the +1 value until you hit someone with it. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Good luck, Elwarin.
Do you think that's useful for you?
I mean, it's a +1 bonus to an attack, so it's always going to be useful. But
To attack and damage?
Mhm.
So I will buy 10 of the arrows and hand it to Elwarin.
Okay, so that's 500.
oh,
You guys
Wow.
can pay me back later. All we gotta do is kill another dragon.
Simple. It's
Whoa,
just that simple.
hold that.
Simple, guys. Easy stuff. It's an easy way to get money.
It casually. I say it so casually.
Yeah,
Because they've done it once before. Like, it should be easy again, right?
Hold on. Now Cromwell. Now I'm not entirely sure. I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% paying attention to everything you were talking about, but I'm pretty sure you never actually brought up that we were killing a dragon.
Yeah. No, we're gonna eventually be killing another dragon. I think.
Is there like a time
That's
table on
that's
this?
just
Or...
my assumption based on kind of what happened previously.
You like commit our souls or anything to this, or
Ulrich's
Nope.
Ulrich's most like dire concern. Someone's going to sell my soul without me knowing.
look, you see the people he's traveling with. They're like, yeah, fuck it.
Your soul is not sold. Don't you worry.
All right. Well, we'll discuss the particulars about that particular venture later.
I think that's it.
Okay.
We can't really afford anything else. We don't need it.
Cloak of Manta Ray could be useful. Trying to think if there's anything else on here. Ring of Animal Influence could be interesting.
I
We
was
got
thinking
one of
about that,
those.
but we have BigYin, so
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
how
that's-
charismatic with animals is he truly?
you know, he fails a lot, but I'm sure he'll get there.
Okay.
Don't
But
forget
yeah.
Elwarin too.
I
Elwarin
also
is,
speak with animals.
can
yeah.
speak to
Ah,
animals.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we're covered.
Cool. That's fine. I
None
was
of us,
wasn't sure.
aside from those two, we don't want to talk to animals. Anyway.
I think there's another person in the group that would like to talk to specific animals. Lando.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Why would I want to talk to specific? Oh, fucking wolves!
See, this is perfect for like in-game Lando too. He's just like he thinks about it, he's like, oh fuck yes, that would be dope.
How much is the wolf talk thing?
Somebody.
Wolf duck thing.
Yo, man, I don't know.
Maybe if
do
you
I
guys
have
try
to-
to haggle, you guys could try to haggle him down.
do I have
on
to
that if you want
attune to this?
No. You do not. It's kind of like a ring that has magic spells on it, pretty much is what happens.
Yeah.
Or you could just always have whatever by your side, BigYin or Elwarin.
No, it means I can use animal friendship and tame a wolf. But I'd probably also have to just speak with this guy, and then let him, come to me. But that would actually be pretty useful.
Or you could do both.
Well, I can't.
That's what that pot that Cromwell's been talking about is there for, good sir.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean that would be pretty cool, but I'm not gonna also be like, it's your fucking money. I don't know. Is there still money left?
Yeah, we'll take it. I'm
Nope.
just gonna buy it.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah, nice.
You fools,
That's
you've been
And I hand it to. Oh geez, I'm blanking on names.
Lando.
Lando.
I hand it to Lando. There we go.
Nice. Wait, big question. Does it fit on my finger?
As you go to put it on, you notice the ring changes size to fit whatever finger you put it on.
Nice. So I'm gonna put it on my dick. Sorry.
You're gonna whip out your dick in the middle of the store and put it on.
Like it's basically already out.
It's yeah. I mean, honestly, it really wouldn't be much. I could just turn around, slip it in, slip it on. Sorry.
Okay. Do
it's
you
gonna go
actually
on my
do that?
finger.
Okay.
No,
All right. I was
it's
gonna say
gonna
like
go on
I
my
have something
finger.
for this if you want.
What? What?
No, say no, please.
Well, now I'm just curious. I mean, like, what the fuck? No, it'll go on my finger. I was just making a joke.
That's fine. Just make sure. I'm saying I can roll with that. That's something that I can work with.
And then you also got the 10 arrows, right?
That would be to Elwarin.
I did, yeah, and I gave it to Elwarin already.
Okay.
That's why
They're just not crossed out.
well, it was 20 at first. Now it's just 10.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I didn't cross them out because they still exist in the store.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't think it was worth buying all 20, so I only bought 10.
Yes, sir. But it cost him 1,000 gold to buy all of them. So
A
that's fair.
lot, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's Valvos. He's like, well, I think some people you guys know will be sending me some magic stuff in the future. So I'll keep you guys abreast of any new items I get in the shop. If there's anything you would like in specific, I can see what I can do to request that.
Some bigger sales for repeat customers would be nice.
Let's think about that. I will
And I
have
say
to.
that because I feel like I'm super broke now after holding 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
You guys just buy out like half the store.
I've literally spent almost everything I had.
Yeah, but I'm saying you guys bought like half the store, right? Like that's pretty impressive.
Am I able to find the ring in the thing?
The ring
Yeah,
in
you
the
should.
thing. Yeah. Ring of animal friendship should be just within the compendium.
Just making sure if I put the folding boat in the bag of holding, it doesn't affect it, right?
No.
Okay.
However, you could just put it in your bag and not have to deal with that.
That ring of
Fit?
animal
I guess it would fit.
influence.
Okay.
Right. Yep, that's what it is.
Man, I was really hoping I would get you guys to buy that rod of rulership.
That did look tempting. Not gonna lie.
No, I know it was. Cool. All right, sweet. So that's Valvos. Now you guys are heading to the one and only Constable Harbuck.
Can one thing I wanted to talk about real quick?
Mhm.
Either right, like I can stop by, but when we went that guy with who was selling the armor and weapons,
Mhm. We can just
I
work
would
on.
like, I would like to just sell something. Try to sell him something.
What are you trying to sell?
My leather armor and chain shirt, since I
Okay.
don't need it anymore.
Yeah, so let's.
It's gonna be worth like 1 silver, dude.
He's not going to pay you a whole lot of money because it's used.
Well, I was just seeing how much he would pay me at least, I guess.
He'd give you like 5 silver.
Okay.
So it's
that's
not in
fine.
like terrible shape because you didn't get hit too often, but like it's definitely worn. He's gonna have to like do some stuff to like make it sellable again.
Okay. Well, okay, that's all I need to know then.
Okay, are you selling?
Ignore me. No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But I might ask Cromwell to at least hold on to it with his unlimited holding bag, whatever he
So
has.
it's not unlimited. There is a 500-pound limit and like size dimensions, but with the current things he has in there, your leather armor with chain shirt would fit. There is a limit. Just so we're all aware, there is a limit to it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just worried about myself carrying
Sure.
too much. So
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you can ask him. I don't think that's a problem. Like,
Wait, and just to be sure, my bag is now officially just a bag of holding. It's not like I have 2 bags.
oh
Or no, I'm asking the question. I'm not stating.
no, you would have 2. You'd have like a regular pack,
Okay.
and then you have like a bag of holding at your side, or like on the strap
Okay,
to the
I see,
side
I
of your
see,
bag.
okay.
So you have, but it's like a small sack. It's not like a large bag by any means. It's like maybe like 1 foot,
Like a
And-
bigger coin purse or
Yeah.
a coin pouch.
pretty much. Yeah, but you can't hear anything inside of it or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like a Crown Royal bag.
Yeah,
Cool.
similar to that. Yes, thank you. Yeah, cool. So are you guys all heading over to Constable Harbuck's place?
Yeah. Let's get see what's up with them.
Cool. So is everyone going? Is my question. I
We
don't
had
want-
already established that everyone's moving together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you keep your connection to BigYin while you guys are heading over there?
not while we walk. No.
Okay.
I'll he told him about what we purchased, so he's aware of what's going on.
Cool. All right, sweet. Yeah, so you get to Harpick's place. It happens to be the same place you guys were before. It's Jaleesa or Nora's butcher shop, and you see Harburg there getting ready for the day. It's still like 8 a.m. at this point. Like y'all have been going through the town pretty quickly. He's like, yes. How can I help you, fellas?
I'm gonna do an insight check. Just to see.
Okay, what are you trying to insight from this man as he says?
I want to see if he looks worried upon seeing us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like, is he lying? I'm like, I want to
Yeah.
know sort of.
No. Doesn't seem like he's concerned. He seems, I guess, maybe surprised that you guys have shown up on his doorstep, but that's really about it.
Never a good sign when a bunch of adventurers show up.
Mhm.
Well, greetings. How are you doing this morning?
Got a couple hours of sleep, so better than most nights.
Oh yeah, only a couple of.
I rarely get more than an hour at a time. Me and the boys, there's only so much of us, and between you and me, I'm sure you get it. It's not always easy to trust other people to do their job, right? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I get what you mean, but is there a whole lot going on in this town?
Fairly quiet. Yeah, nothing too crazy. There were some traders that came in and stopped by Valvo's shop. I've never seen him happier. But that's really, commotion-wise, that's really, really about it.
Well, it just seems a bit odd that with it being so quiet, you'd only be getting an hour or two of sleep at night.
I still got to patrol, my man. I mean, they say, evil never rests. I made that one up myself. Get it? Because I don't get to sleep, so.
Right, yeah. And didn't you have like a big guy helping you out? Is he not a patrolling type?
Oh, Grund. He's actually. Yeah, so I'll bring him along at night with me. He's sleeping during the day typically. He's a lot of brawn, not a lot of brain, if you know what I mean. So I don't like bring him along just to patrol. I bring him if we hear something, if that makes sense. Like he's not one for thinking too hard, if you know what I mean.
Oh, sure. Has there been anything, last time we talked, I was talking about like the Earth cultists, crazy things like that. We've had a heck of a time out there. Totally slipped my mind about all that cultist stuff. I'll tell you that. We went to God knows where. You heard anything about them cultists recently?
Didn't you guys think there were like cultists messing with the mines at one point? I think I heard.
Yeah, that was like a
while
month ago
yeah.
at this point, right?
It's been like a week. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been more than it's been at least 10 days.
That's a week, right? So like he's saying it's like he doesn't. Like weeks are 10 days in this world. It's probably been like 15 days since you guys like first came upon him.
So then, how long is a month?
30 days still.
Okay, so 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 30 days each month. Each month is just 30 days. No 31s,
right.
No 28s, no 29s. Stuff like that. It's all 30.
So much easier that way.
All right. And he's like, well, since you guys brought up that whole thing about people messing with the mines, it's gone real quiet around there. They've been working peacefully, happily. Old lady up north, she ain't complaining about y'all no more, so there's that.
Who's he talking about? He says old lady up north.
He's talking about your friend, the one and only, Albury. Albie? Albie is what I call him. Albie.
Yeah.
Because you guys were like snooping around, and then they caught you, and then the workers weren't working no more.
Yeah.
So she complained to him, and that's when he caught you guys. Yeah, that whole thing. He's like, she ain't complaining about y'all no more. So, yeah, I ain't got no complaints. It means I want no trouble from y'all or anyone.
I mean, just seem so. I mean, I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this whole like, you haven't been able to sleep thing.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Right? You think things are quieting down, get some of your men, work some nights every once in a while for you.
Yeah, I have trust issues. It's hard for
But
me
you
to let
shouldn't
go.
have. You shouldn't really have any men that you've hired then. But you know, you do you. That's
It's these people need work. I'm a provider of work, I guess.
right. Sounds more like charity than anything.
It is. It really. It is. Don't tell no one I said that though. It's not a good look. But honestly, it has been quiet. I'm thinking about getting some more sleep as the weeks go on. Um, but yeah, I've just been still on alert just because after y'all left, them cultists you said you were there no longer show up. So I don't know what happened. Maybe you drove them off. Good job. If you did, thank you. Made my life easier. But yeah, nothing real crazy over here. Quiet
Oh,
town,
all right.
quiet life, just like I like it.
Good to hear. Well, at least till the next band of adventurers come in, right?
Don't remind me. And he kind of like rubs his head.
Speaking of adventurers, you hear about some folks from Mirbar come through here? We've been trying to track them down. They seem to be late. Now it seems to be real late.
Yeah, all I heard is that they gone missing. They ain't come around these parts yet. But I mean that was a while ago. They haven't gotten here by now. They either went to a different place or they ain't coming at all. You know what I mean? It's been a while.
Yeah.
I just feel
well,
like they probably not coming. So either they skipped us or they gone. They long gone. Maybe dead. Maybe missing. I don't know.
well, all right. I mean, I was just checking in, see how everything was. You know how it is.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad y'all have been keeping your noses clean. Ain't been disturbing the peace or nothing like that. It's been nice. It's been nice. Maybe I'll get some sleep. I appreciate you checking in, and I will let you know if I hear something or see something weird. You'll be the first person I talk to if you guys are in town.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, we're just here to help.
Yeah, honestly, little worried when you first rolled in, but yeah, I think I can trust you guys a little bit more with helping me out with this town safety and all that jazz when you're here. Keeps my life easy. I appreciate that.
Great. Well, then we're just gonna head on out. We got a couple other things to check out here in town. Yeah, appreciate your time.
And he gives you a little salute, and he puts his arm out for like a handshake.
Yeah, give him a handshake.
And he continues to get ready. As you guys leave, you hear the door open and close as him and his two men kind of walk out. You see the other two men kind of go out to the right and to the left respectively, and he heads up north. And then you guys can.
Do they look tired?
No, just him. It's always just him. They look fresh as a daisy. Some would say.
Then we will go to the lady, right? Lady.
Yep. Mother
Someone
Yolantha.
else help me out with the name.
Mother Yolantha.
Mother Yolantha.
What a name, right? Yeah. So y'all head over to Mother Yolantha's, which you were told is right across from the Helm of the High Sun, on the other side there.
Someone else take the point on this one since I didn't get the information. So.
Or do you guys want to pick a BigYin at this point?
Well, he can't leave.
Unless he just wants to let it disappear. I'm asking BigYin,
Well,
do you want to get in on the action? Or are you content chilling in your treehouse?
I mean, I'm fine chilling with the treehouse because I figure this will allow me to actually have more control over it later that you and I can figure out.
Sure.
And I am not bored in the least. I'm actually having a lot of fun listening to all this and listening to everyone else roleplay and do all this stuff.
Cool.
So
Or
I'm
some
perfectly
fucking meat
content.
when we get
But
back.
if you guys want to come, like, here's the thing. I don't necessarily need to have this up. My concern for opening it was so that we actually had a clandestine, secure place to talk if we wanted. I won't be able to cast this until tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I just want to check in with you, man.
if in terms of table talk strategy, if y'all want to come get me, give me the potions, and have me in on this conversation, if we're planning on going off and fighting tonight, like right after we're done talking to Mother Yolantha, then fuck it, I'm in. Come get me. Otherwise, if we're gonna talk some more, and I don't necessarily need to be there for all the jaw jack, and y'all can just let me in. I can, because the BigYin is basically told Ulrich he's in charge. Ulrich and the BigYin is basically content to let Ulrich say, "Go smash things," and he will go and smash things, because he feels he owes it to Ulrich at this point for sidetracking him. For how did Ulrich describe it? As family drama. So feeling guilty, Ulrich, BigYin feels like he owes it to him. So
Cool. All right, sweet. So you guys head over to Mother Yolantha's. As you guys kind of approach, it's a 3-story boarding home, and it looks like it's a little bit in shambles, but the roof leaks, but doesn't leak everywhere, if that makes sense. It's a little flimsy. There's some balconies. There's a staircase that goes outside that comes in for the 2 different levels. And yeah, as you guys want to kind of walk in, you see you see a rail-thin, pipe-smoking lady sitting in the corner. She's just kind of taking a deep, deep pull from this pipe. And she kind of sees you guys. She kind of puffs out 3 different rings, different sizes, so they can fit all together as she kind of blows them through. And she's like, what can I help you boys with?
Good eat. What time of the day is it right now?
It's morning, son. Don't you worry about nothing.
Well, good morning. We just wanted to stop by. We heard rumors that there was a group of people staying here that disappeared, and we were curious about what happened. What do you know about that?
Yeah, those shoot, there were 6 of them. 6 of them, and she like takes another long pull from this pipe, and this time she makes a what seems to look like a it's a swirl. She pulls the smoke out into like a swirl, and as it gets bigger and bigger, she cuts it off, and then kind of blows through it to like push the inside smoke a little bit further through, and the remainder kind of turn into almost like a cone shape. And she's like, yeah, they paid till the end of the month, and then they left about week ago now, 10 days ago, and they ain't come back, but they paid for it, so I can't really complain none.
Do you know anything about the group, where they were coming from and where they were going?
They were quiet. They slept a lot during the day, headed out in the evenings. Nice boys. They didn't really speak much. They kept to themselves. They had a whole room just for the 6 of them. They paid extra for that. Had a little privacy. I'm guessing they maybe traveling group of like, I don't know. They just don't talk too much. Maybe they were maybe they're part of Zentarum. I'm not really sure. But they kept to themselves. And she takes another pull, and she just kind of pushes it out from her nose this time, and she says, "But they treated me well. They paid me up front for the full month, and yeah, I can't complain too much. They got." She kind of sits there and thinks, "They got 10 more days before their full thing is out, and they've been here for a couple months now. So I'd be shocked if they didn't come back."
Now, you remember what they were wearing? Got anything distinguishing?
Wore a lot of black.
Classic. Love it. Slimming.
There were some small boys. They were
Small
different
boys,
sizes.
huh?
They were different sizes. By small, I mean like skinny. Like they ain't got no meat on them bones. You know what I mean? They were
Gotcha.
There were some tall ones. Like, and she kind of looks around. She's like, taller than you, and she points to Cromwell. A couple of them taller than you, a couple of them shorter than you, and she points over to Ulrich and Lando. She says, but they all small boys.
Now, this might sound a little rude, but many of them happen to not be human or anything like that?
Yeah, they were different races.
I gotcha.
One was, I think, an orc. A couple were human. A couple were dwarves. A couple were halflings. They're just all different sizes, different shapes. Honestly, if they talked more, I thought they would be like a circus. But they ain't talking that much.
Did they leave anything behind?
Now you put me in a difficult position, as it's a private question, right? But
Now, would you be willing to speak for a fee?
see, it's not so much. She kind of sits there and she's like, "Why do these 6 gentlemen seem of interest to you? Maybe."
Well, it's not necessarily the folks that are missing. It's the fact that they're missing that we're interested in.
So you're gonna go look for them boys.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're not going to find them outside of a road or anything like that.
Are you just kind of answering in a roundabout fashion, so you're not lying?
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm not gonna have you roll for that or anything. I'm just curious. I just wanted to make sure. She's like,
Because we are legitimately curious as to why they disappeared.
Yeah. No, like I said, she's just trying to think right now of like how to respond to this, because she doesn't think that you guys are like looking to fight them or anything necessarily. She's just like,
I got you. Don't worry about this. This will help you figure it out.
Ooh.
There you go.
She's like, listen, boys. I see you guys are trying to do some good, but like, does the constable know what you guys are up to? Does he vouch for you? Like, can you? I just need something to go off of, boys. I can't just trust you like that.
You know, that's a good old point. We actually just came from talking to the constable. He was walking up the north-south road just a few minutes ago.
Well, if you bring him in here and he says you guys are good boys, I don't see no problem with you checking their room, look for clues.
All right, well, that is quite nice of you, honestly.
And
can't fault you for that.
One more question: did you report these people missing? Is anybody looking into what happened to them, besides us? I guess in this situation.
Nah, you're the first to come by. We don't. I mean, they weren't townsfolk, if you know what I mean. They were a group of travelers that came in once in a while. They've been here frequently for the past 3 months, and yeah. I mean, she takes another long swig and she just kind of breathes this one out, and she's like, I didn't really think that like it was worth reporting. They're travelers. They're big boys. I mean, big in the terms like they're adults. They can handle themselves, I'm sure. And she kind of sits there.
While she's talking, I'm gonna go try to find Constable right now. He can't have gotten too far before he wanders off. Who knows where? You gotta stay here. I'm gonna go like run out.
Yeah, you turn the corner and you find him kind of walking up north here. He's not too far away. You can get him in like a minute or so.
Get him to come.
Cool. Yeah, it takes you like a minute. You explain like, hey, like whether you land to or how are you explaining this? I have an idea, but I'll let you describe how you explain that.
Yeah, just explain like, hey, we're trying to get more information about some folks who disappeared, and our words are not working out so well. Love to get you to like vouch for us, if you would. You don't need to, obviously, but
yeah, you know what, Mother Yolantha, she likes to respect people's privacies, but like if you're talking about those 6 bulls that went missing, yeah, why not? Y'all ain't been causing trouble for me, so I don't see why that wouldn't be useful for me to find out. So he walks over, and so she's talking to you, Elwarin. She's like, I mean, yes, I didn't really need to, I guess, report them missing because they're not from this town. You know what I mean? It's like it'd be like saying, hey, I found a dog, and this dog was living with me for a bit, and then he went somewhere else.
Yeah. Look, that's a fair point. I was just curious. Maybe someone was looking for them or something, or So just curious.
So Ulrich, you trying to figure out how he knows that they went missing?
Right, because I do
yeah.
remember she specifically said she didn't report it.
So you could infer based off of what everyone told you that Garfield said. Is there's just been a rumor that's been going around town because they've been gone for a while now. Typically, or I guess, do you mention anything to him to like ask how he knows or no?
No.
Okay, that's
No.
fine. I would just say like you feel like it's just common knowledge in the town based off
Okay.
like the way Garfield kind of explained it, and like the way that he explained it made it seem like it was like a juicy rumor that a lot of people have been like gossiping about for the past few days, and they've been gone for like a while.
But there's no like ulterior motive vibes that I'm getting from.
No, he seems very much so like, oh, you're looking into it, cool. Like he wasn't really like thinking about looking into it because of what Mother Elantha seems to be telling you. Like they don't live in the town necessarily, right? They just kind of come in and come out as they please. So he was just like, oh, if you want to take care of that, that's totally fine. Like he's got no problem with you doing work that he wasn't planning on doing himself. But yeah, you can't really sense any ulterior motive. In fact, you kind of see him kind of like a sigh of relief as you kind of like mention it and like saying you want to look into it, because it was something that was like, it seemed like was nagging him, but he's just like, I just don't know if I could, like he seemed like a little indecisive, like whether he should be looking into this or not. So you've taken a weight off of his shoulders perhaps as he kind of walks with you. But yeah, so after Yafa is just talking to Elwarin and the rest of the crew, Ulrich comes in with the constable. She's like, hey there, Constable Harbuck, you vouching for these boys? He's like, yeah, yes I am. They've been helping me out with the town. They cleared out the quarry for Albie, and they've been helping me for a lot. She's like, well, you say so, Constable. I trust you. He's like, yep, and he kind of waves off, and he says, thank you, Ulrich, I appreciate the help. It's going to be a big help for me. It's something that I felt like I should have done something about it, but they're not like from this town, so like I don't know. It's in a weird spot.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it. But luckily, you got some helpful adventurers helping you on your side, so.
And I appreciate that. Yeah. So as he kind of heads out, she's like, "Well, if you want to follow me, they were on the third floor. Those stairs actually that you guys can see from outside, they lead right to their room." And she kind of takes you guys up. As you guys walk up, you see that it's a fairly plain room. There's 6 beds with a small chest in front of each of them, and 4 desks with just a fairly plain room. All the beds seem to have been made. That's what you guys see when you first walk in.
I would like to check each of the chests.
Okay.
Straight to the chest. Love it.
Yeah, none of them are locked. You open them. They all seem, at first glance, to be empty.
I would like to also make an Arcana check, even though my Arcana sucks. But
sure. Does anybody else want to do anything while he's doing this?
I was going to check the desk if there's anything on or inside.
Cool. Roll an investigation check for me, Elwarin, Cromwell, Arcana. You feel like there was magic in this room at one point in time, but nothing seems to catch your eye currently, Cromwell. Elwarin, as you kind of look over the desk, you kind of open the drawers. There doesn't seem to be anything inside. As you kind of feel around them, you feel some paper in the second desk that you open, and as you kind of open it up, it's just a blank sheet of paper. So nothing of super, I guess, import yet.
Okay, I'll just share that with the group.
Yeah, you found some paper, and she's like, I didn't give those boys that paper, but they're resourceful. I'm sure they bought it themselves. Okay, Ulrich, make a investigation check for me, or perception. I guess I don't know what you're trying to do. I'd be guessing it's investigation.
I mean, I would prefer perception, but
yeah, go for
investigation
that. No,
makes
that's
more
fine.
sense.
No, I mean, I'm okay with either one. Yeah, nothing looks out of place. Everything looks very neat, neat and orderly. Like this is something that you would expect from like a barracks Ulrich.
Sure.
Like everything is like very nice, neat, and orderly. Not something that you'd see like at a typical adventurer's room or like traveler's room. Like there would be some mess typically, you could assume, but this seems like it's well kept.
And then I'll also do an investigation from there for anything more in depth that I wouldn't just get out of a deep scan.
Sure.
Like now, let's start like poking and prodding things.
Mhm. Yeah. So with that 15, as you're going to each of the beds, you're poking and prodding. You touch the sheets, and you kind of feel like they're softer than they would be normally. Like normal sheets of this quality would be a little rough to the touch because it's not like, high-end sheets by any means, but these ones seem a little softer to the touch.
Sure.
This
I
one's got a
will.
high thread count.
Yeah, hold on. These aren't barrack sheets. I'd recognize these anywhere. These
Yeah.
are adventurer sheets.
No, these are higher quality sheets than I got the swinging sword. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? I need to come here. So I'm gonna pull the sheets back and
Okay. Yeah, as
Sure.
you do, you hear a slight hum as you kind of pull back the sheets, and it reveals to be instead of like the white, or it's probably like yellowish at this point, like white and yellow, kind of like sheets. It pulls back to become a dark gray and black.
Oh.
And she's like,
A feature of the room, or
I ain't never. And she takes another long draw from this pipe, and she's just like, and you just see her kind of just like fuming now with like the smoke coming from her nose, and she looks kind of upset. She's like, "What did they do to my sheets?"
I'll turn to Elwarin and be like, we may need to get our magical inclined friend up here. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely some things we should be looking at a little bit more. Yeah.
And then while he's talking to BigYin, I'm gonna just pull all the sheets.
Same thing happens with all of them. All
Sure,
6 of them have black sheets, and they're all softer to the touch than they should be. Like previously, when you were just like you went to like compare like the side by side beds before you pull back the sheet, it is the rough barrack sheets. And then as soon as you pull it back, you hear that same like kind of buzz, and it goes to this like softer black and gray.
Can I take a closer investigation on that piece of paper that Elwarin pulled out? Let's see.
It is a beautiful blank piece of white paper, parchment that you could buy at most stationary places, or at Valvo's place.
Out of frustration for my own stupidity, but also feeling like that's worthless, I will rip the paper in half.
Is that
Tracks.
paper still there?
Second.
It's like the buzz comes to Elwarin through his ring. It's like, is that paper still there?
Hey,
You know,
do
I
get
might
that
be able to
before or after?
detect magic on me. I'm talking to Elwarin only.
Only Elwarin can hear it.
Okay, 1 second. I need to think about this. Give me a second. Fuck. Why?
No, this is hilarious.
Yeah, why do I
This
not
is-
prep for this? Like, BigYin is the one I assume to just rip things apart, not Cromwell. Fuck.
Not of his magic. BigYin wouldn't tear magic. Well, I guess it's not necessarily magic.
Yeah, it's not necessarily magic, right?
Like, if I detect magic in a room, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I have the detect magic spell too. I can literally ritual cast that shit.
Yeah, got it. Okay,
And
cool. So this is what happens. You go to tear the piece of paper apart, and as soon as there's one portion of the tear in the paper, the entire thing combusts. This is just the one sheet of paper that you pulled out, though. There's other paper in the desk still.
Right,
After that
let's relax.
After that happens, I will actually use detect magic.
I detect magic
No.
this whole
No.
time.
He's like, I don't need fucking BigYin in this shit. I got this.
Okay, to be honest, I have a shit ton of new spells that I haven't used before.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. You feel like all the paper that you see is magical. It seems to be meant to look like a plain sheet of paper, but they are magical.
Well, guess I
what I
shouldn't
mean.
be ripping the paper anymore.
So does Elwarin tell me anything? Because
Yeah,
I just
no.
asked him the question, so
Well,
I have no idea what's going on at this point.
Well, I'm I mean, we've.
I should just assume that anything you're doing, you're relaying to me at this point. Like you're
Yeah.
giving me a running commentary from your head as to what's going on in the room.
I like
Okay.
to
Yeah,
imagine though that when you asked like, "Is the paper still there?" is when like it bursts into fire.
Yeah, that's exactly like how it worked
exactly,
out,
yeah. And I was gonna say there's still paper, but we may have lost one page.
I just shake my head. I was like, was it Cromwell or Ulrich?
That was Cromwell.
Why
Oh,
don't you guys
for
assume it was
fuck's
Lando?
sake.
Why is Lando always exempt from doing stupid stuff?
Because Lando does stupid shit in other ways. I would not expect Lando just to tear paper. And Lando has like the weird rolls where he'll roll an Arcana check, he'll crit it.
Which is why I was
and it'll
surprised he
be-
didn't roll. He didn't try to do Arcana check here.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm so fucking confused about what's happening right now. So I'll roll one just to see what I get. Fucking A, guys. It's not great.
It's like
you see the paper burn up, and you're like, did someone cast some like magic or something on that? How did that paper burn up?
Yeah, do I understand? I do understand exactly what happened.
You understand that it was magic, but you're not quite
Yep.
sure what magic because you're not.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay, so with the
See,
detect,
this is what I mean. This is what I mean. He
With
has a
the-
-1 in Arcana, a +1 to Insight, and he fucking rolls a 20 on the Insight check.
Hey, happens. I mean, Ulrich rolled a 25 previously with
I
his +5 insight.
What were
I
you
know, but
saying,
I
Elwarin?
expect that of Ulrich.
I was trying to ask if with that detect magic he just finds out there's magic, but not anything about the magic or what type of magic.
No, so it just detects that there's magic in the room, and so as he casts this in the room, like in the area all around, it's just the paper that's lighting up at this desk.
Not the sheets.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess the sheets are too. I didn't. Yeah, that's on me. The sheets are also glowing,
Okay.
but like, yeah, sorry.
So it's within 30 feet of the
Yeah, this-
caster.
Yeah, so it's the 4 beds and the table and like the open table with the with the sheets that are glow that Cromwell can see are like faintly with like a gray outline.
Because
And how many pieces of paper are there?
There's 4 more sheets.
4 more sheets.
So it does persist the detect magic, so he can walk around.
Mhm. Yeah, and if
So-
yeah.
Hang on. The way it works from my reading, and we can change this based on rule of cool, is that choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. Oh, that's dispel magic. Sorry, not detect magic.
Correct.
Sorry.
So yeah, so he's just as Cromwell kind of walks around the room. Are you opening up any of the other desks, or are you just keeping the other desks closed and you're just walking around the room checking the sheets at this point?
I am opening up all the desks.
Cool. You open up the other 2 desks. One other desk has 5 sheets of paper that also glows, and then all 6 sheets. The sheets specifically are the ones that are glowing in the gray tinge that you can see.
So I would point out that he would be able to see him through the desk.
3 feet. Oh yes, I guess 3 feet of wood. Yeah, I would be shocked if there was 3 feet of wood between. Yeah. So, but he has to get into range of it, sort of deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just walking around. Like as he gets closer to the desk, he's like, "There's more."
Yeah, and he opens it up and he's like, it's paper. Fuck, it's the same thing. He's open for something cool.
I will tell Elwarin that I think it's worthwhile for BigYin to come in just because he probably has the best Arcana check.
And I love how
don't
he
have a-
and he says that he's like, I think Arcana is definitely the BigYin's strong suit. Magic is his strong suit.
Well, I guess my question is, do we want him to come here? Or, I mean, if it's paper, do we want to just hold on to it and have him check it out later?
Well, these sheets are also
Right.
interesting.
And as you say that, Mother Lando takes another like long, like this is the longest pull from this pipe this entire day, and she just kind of puffs it out, as you guys would imagine a like dragonling or like little wormling would do if they were like frustrated, and she just kind of these boys messing with my shit. Look, I don't think any of this is mine no more. If y'all want to take whatever you want, just leave the furniture, I guess. But if you want to take those sheets, you want to take them paper, that's fine with me. I'm gonna say
I'm guessing
their
Elwarin's
end of the
told-
month is forfeit at this point, as they have made alterations against the contract. They don't.
And I'm
get
guessing Elwarin's told me all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's why I was asking if are you sure you just want to stay in there, because it was mostly me being like, yes, he won't talk. Excellent.
All right, so I'm gonna I already did, but I'm telling the BigYin about this, and I'm kind of asking him like, would you want to see it here in person and come check it out, or would you rather us bring it back to you to have a look at it?
Hold please, and then
Wait.
shifting gears in his head, he switches over
He's just
to.
he's like, give me 5. Give me 5. I'm gonna be right back. I swear. I'm sorry.
He
Elwarin's
switches-
immediately like,
he,
what? No,
he switches his brain focus over to his earring.
Okay.
You
and,
call
uh,
someone and you're like, hey, can you go? Yes.
He
Could
says,
you put on
Garfield,
hold? You're
mate,
like, no. And they're like, click.
you there?
Yes, BigYin. How are you doing? What can I help you with?
Oh, well,
Did you go see those magical items?
do you mean the ones that Cromwell, you gave Cromwell to give to us, that Cromwell brought from the dragon, or the ones that we bought from Valleyville?
Oh, I didn't know Cromwell had brought presents for you guys. That's quite excellent. No, in Valleyville.
Once again.
I mean,
said,
well,
Sharing information.
no, no. Hang on, that's bullshit. Time out.
why
Time
is
out.
this bullshit? I'm
Table,
pretty confused.
tabling, because Valivo, it is on the recorded
Oh, the
record
Valivo
that
information,
Cromwell
yes.
showed the potion to
Yeah,
he showed at least the lycanthrope potion.
Yeah, but in no way
Did he say it was as a gift for anybody?
from a
Oh.
black dragon or anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Well,
just said, he's like, I found this potion, and then he's like,
Okay,
do you know
well,
what it is,
fine.
Garfield?
I didn't know what Garfield told him or not. What he
Yeah,
told
that's
Garfield.
fair.
I don't.
No,
Yeah.
it's in
No.
character though.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's and I love
Anyway,
everybody else just groaning. He's like,
continuing.
fuck again.
Anyways, lad. Garfield. It seems I'm holding down the fort, so to speak, so to speak. The lads have gone
What
off
could you
to
mean?
the lads have gone off to as you suggested, to Mother Yavanta's, and well, they found some magical things. They're asking me to take a look at them, but I think you might be better suited, and as you pointed us in that general direction, would you mind? It seems they found some magic sheets and magic pieces of paper. The paper, when torn, combusts, so to speak.
If
Would
you
you
want
mind?
to,
Should I send the lad your way to take a look at them?
I
do
think
you
it
mean-
would be fun for you to try and then bring to me.
Oh Christ!
I think it would be quite fun for you to try on your own first, but if you're not
Alright,
confident
fine.
in your magical prowess, you know Garfield's always ready to help for a price.
Oh dear God! I didn't think I can afford any more favors with you. All right, thank you. See you later. And then
Toodaloo!
he switches his brain back over to the ring, and he's like, right. Well, if I leave,
Wait, no,
if I leave,
I need to put a timeout. So, Elwarin, as he's like disconnected from your chat, are you like repeatedly trying to reach back out to him to kind of like ping him and bring him back in the conversation, or what are you doing at this point?
Yeah, I'm literally just, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm pretty much trying to get a hold of him
Cool.
still.
As you try to get a hold of him, it feels like you're hitting a glass wall, and it keeps going bing, bing, bing.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I wanted to say. You can
Yeah.
join back in the conversation. I just wanted to give you that fun little tidbit.
Yeah, it's definitely
So-
an experience since it's the first time it happened to me. So
Mhm.
so yeah, BigYin kind of comes back to the conversation. Is like, right, sorry about that.
oh, you're back.
Um,
Okay, that was strange. I just got
yeah.
some pinging. I
Well,
don't know
yeah,
what's going on.
It happens when apparently that's what happens when I switch brains or I switch mental focuses, mental foci. Remember, I have the eating, and I went and consulted with Garfield. I didn't say much. I just asked if he would mind taking a look at something for us. He suggested I try myself, as he implied that there might be a cost for him to look at it. Well, I'm happy to look. Do you want me to leave? Admittedly, that means our nice secure home disappears. The lads and I have had a wonderful conversation. We seem to be working things out nicely, and the rations will improve. But as
What-
for but
Yeah,
it
what
does
I-
mean
what I-
if I leave, the tree goes away. It dispels.
How about I come over there and I'll stay inside and take watch of the tree.
That'll do. Aye.
Okay, so I'll let the rest know that BigYin is going to come here to look at, but I'll go over there first to take watch at the tree.
Do you say this out loud, or how are you communicating this?
I'm like, do you really want to bring up the fact that you're gonna go meet me at a tree?
I mean,
Vocally. I'm just tell him you're gonna
Oh.
meet me at the spot.
okay, sure.
Or I don't know, something a
No,
bit
you
clandestine.
just say
That's
the
the big
tree
game.
the tree is new. I think it's understandable if
Yeah,
you
I think that's
say
fair.
meet at the tree.
Yeah,
And
I think
yeah,
that's fair.
there's like how many trees are around this town? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
not going to give
it-
anything away. And
BigYin's a
just
druid,
because
man.
yeah.
He's a hippie loving tree folk man. Cool.
Fair
All right,
enough.
yeah. So you guys swap out. It takes roughly 5 minutes for this kind of transaction to switch over to. During these 5 minutes, it's just the three of you with Mother Yolantha. She's just doing strong pulls from this pipe as she seems very frustrated with what's going on. Are you guys doing anything? Or are you guys just like happily waiting there?
I'll still just be looking at these sheets. These sheets are driving me crazy.
Are you gonna try to take them off the bed? Or are you just keeping them on the bed?
Yeah,
What are you trying to do?
yeah. I'm pull them out the bed.
Okay.
Take a look at the bed. See if there's like a body stashed in the bed or something.
Cool. As you pull it off the bed, you feel them vibrate, and they just start to shake furiously.
Throw them away from me.
As you do that, they start to shake, and then they take the form of a cape.
The goddamn hell. Y'all seeing this?
I will pick up said cape.
I love how you guys just do these things.
Ugh.
Sorry,
He picked it up, he didn't put it on.
that's
He only
fine.
picked it up.
That's fine. I got to think about this. I apologize. You know, I should have just
What do you
expected this.
expect,
As soon as you toss, I should have just expected someone's gonna pick it up afterwards. Yeah. Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Cromwell.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
DC of 15. Oh, I forgot to mention this
Yeah.
to you. We are adding this thing called adversity tokens. And when you have to make a saving throw or attack and you fail it, you gain one and you're fine. But you gain a token, and this can be used as like an additional +1 or however many tokens you're using to increase the score of your next either wisdom save, ability check, or not ability check, sorry, just wisdom saves or saving throws and attack rolls. I think if everyone's like, yeah, I want to roll Arcana, and like, you know, half of you guys fail, I think it's a weird thing to give you an adversity token for. But
Wait, so I'm getting an adversity token right now?
no. You passed it. You're fine.
Oh, I see. Only if I fail.
Only if you fail, yeah. Just so you can fail forward in the future, hopefully, is the goal.
Just rack up like 10 of them.
You could. You definitely could. And you can expend it all at one time if you wanted to. I mean, it just means you failed 10 times, right? For better or worse.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. So you kind of pick it up. You feel something try to encroach and like kind of take hold of you, and you just feel a resoluteness within you that is has kind of come with your training with Oriath and Garfield and Sylas and Clyde, and you just kind of like repel it from this invasion. And it stops vibrating as it just sits in your hand as this black cloak.
I'm gonna put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Have I shown up by this time?
Yeah, why not?
So I say, right, lads, what have I missed? And I'm
Hey,
guessing
BigYin, you
Elwarin
should-
gave me
you
the.
should-
I'm guessing Elwarin also gave me the random potions that I need to identify at some point.
Sure.
Okay. So
Bigin, you should try putting on the bed sheet. It has a really cool feature.
Hold on. Hold on. Just a heads up. Those are some vibrating sheets that change color, so maybe you should, because I know you love messing with magic shit, but I wouldn't. I
Right.
picked it up, it started vibrating, so I threw it off, and then turned into a cloak. This guy picked it up, shoved it in his bag of holding. I don't know what's going on with that, but
that's fine. Right. Very well. He looks BigYin kind of rubs his hands together and looks over to Mother Yolantha and Ulrich and says, begging your pardon, ma'am. With your permission, and he looks over at Ulrich, just kind of like giving him the side eye. I'd like to perform a wee bit of magic. Is that all right?
She takes a long drag, and then she kind of does the spiral thing again, but she doesn't now blow through it to make the cone. She's like, "You're gonna wreck my shop. You're gonna wreck my boarding house. This is gonna be good, nice magic."
Oh, this will be a wee bit of nice magic, ma'am. Just
Mm.
something, just a bit of enhancement, a bit of investigation. Shouldn't
Okay.
they do any damage to your fine home?
If you do damage, you're paying for it all.
Very
Just-
well.
Yeah, it's gonna be 100 gold.
Very well. And
she-
with that,
She takes another long swing and just kind of like chews you with like her left hand to like say like, yeah, go on.
BigYin then reaches into his component pouch and starts digging around, and he finds a tuft of fox fur.
Okay.
And he pulls it out, and he grabs his staff with his druidic focus and puts as his druidic focus. Takes the fox fur in his left hand, holding the staff in his right, closing his eyes. He begins to speak a druidic incantation and touches the fox fur to the top of the staff. And as it does, the fox fur burns away. And what BigYin has done is cast enhance ability at level 2.
Okay, post that in the chat for me.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand what it does. I'm like 99% sure. I just like to read it again.
So basically, it's like Eagle Splendor, Fox's Cunning, Owl's Wisdom, and it allows me to pick one stat to enhance. So I'm going to for up to 1 hour, I touch a creature, bestow upon it magical enhancement, one of the following, and it gains 2d6 temporary hit points. So like, oh, that's for Constitution. For Fox's Cunning, let's see, Dexterity.
You just have advantage on intelligence checks.
Yeah, and I have advantage on intelligence checks.
That's fine.
So and then the first thing I'm going to.
So what's your purpose of casting at level 2? I guess would it not
So
be?
it's a level 2 spell, first of all. So I have to cast it at level 2. I can't
Got it.
cast
Sorry.
at level
I misread it. Sorry, you're good.
So it's a level 2 spell.
That's fine.
So so I burn a level 2 spell slot. And then I'm going to kind of, and then I'd say I'd like to look at the paper first. And I kind of beckon to Cromwell to hand me a sheet.
Okay. Cromwell, what do you do?
And I kind of run my hand over it. I kind of feel
Wait.
it, smell it, and
are you not going to just pull a sheet?
No,
not
he's
yet.
checking the paper
I wanted to
first.
start with the paper.
Oh, paper. Got it. Oh.
And I'll kind
Jeez.
of wave my staff
I thought
over
he
the
meant bed sheet
paper
too.
as I make an Arcana check.
Okay. With advantage, 11. This paper is magical. You can't quite tell the properties of it, but you can assume that if it is nicked in any sort of way based off what Elwarin told you, it will burst into flames.
Well, it's not much more information than we had. Why don't you try out this bed sheet? And I like take it off.
Hang on, wait.
You guys like that double entendre I did there?
Throw
I think in my explorer's pack, I have some ink,
Okay.
or at least I should have some kind of ink on
Yeah,
me.
you have ink. Yeah, that's fine.
I'd like to drip a little bit of ink onto the paper to see what happens.
Okay.
So I drip
Yeah,
some
you
ink
do
on
that.
the paper.
Little ink blot shows up, nothing else.
Well, there's definitely magic here. I'm not quite sure what. And then, all right, let me see the sheet. and I'll do the
Which
Arcana
sheet?
check. I don't. I look. I go. I say. Point at which one of these sheets is magical. I'll
So,
point.
yes.
I'll look at
There,
I'll
there,
look
there,
at
there are
they
paper
all are?
sheets and there are bed sheets.
Bed sheet. I'll look at the bed sheet.
Okay.
I want to kind of turn my attention to the bed sheet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Cromwell's throwing a bedsheet at you.
Well, I don't. I kind of dodge out of the way. I don't want to touch it. So,
Okay.
and
So you just see it kind of vibrating and shaking on the ground for a little bit.
I'll take my staff and wave over it and do another Arcana check.
Okay.
Tell me now.
18. You sense what seems like a sentry trap on it, where if a person who isn't the original caster of the magic attempts to put it on as it kind of transforms into this cloak, it will try to learn information about you and send that information off to its creator.
Interesting. So I look over. I'll kind of point the staff. I'll kind of tap the staff with my stick. Well, I'll kind of indicate it with my staff and not touch it. I'll say, ma'am, I'm not sure exactly how to handle this, but it seems the men who are here have turned all of the bed sheets into traps. The particular magic they used is it's a combination of things. It will hold the user down and then attempt to penetrate the mind of the person they're holding and gather information on them. Not a pleasant thing. Harmless, with the exception that it gathers information and sends it off to the caster, so to speak.
Yeah, upon hearing that, she just kind of looks at you, deadpan, says, "Those motherfuckers. Listen. Since the constable vouches for y'all, I'll let you have the run of the place for this room. Try not to disturb any of the boarders. But yeah, I don't want nothing to do with these sheets or them papers or anything in this room no more. Yeah, you guys have a good one." And she takes a rather strong pull and kind of blows a smoke ring in the shape of the door, and she's kind of blows on it, and it kind of disappears, and she walks down the stairs. And we will end it there for tonight. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it.